really should have thought about it.
Dude, you're such a fucking loser, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, but like, whenever I'm getting hate online, I just fucking retweet everyone who's not being mean to me. Like, bro.
You see, it's so big brain. They're the creepy photo shoots of the kids, and here you have a handbag with some papers in the background.
Hey, dude, no, but the only, like, actual... We're saying that, like, oh my god, Balenciaga is full of pedophiles, right? Literally everyone was just agreeing that it's fucking weird, okay? You are... Dude, unless you're specifically encouraging something, it's not Shu's fault who fucking follows her. It's not Vaush's fault who follows him. It's not Xanderhal's fault who follows him, right? Like, there are fucking crazy, retarded people in literally every single audience.
Why Xan is acting like this, and I think the reason why... possibly could be that because he had an abusive ex-girlfriend, he's now just kind of weird with women.
Coming clean about Keffals. So basically what this drama is all about is Xanderhal got mad that Shoe on Head associates with no, I'm sorry, I got that completely mixed up. Xanderhal got mad that Keffals is continuing to associate with Shoe on Head, despite the fact that Shoe on Head is supposedly pedo-jacketed Xanderhal. Now, what Xanderhal means by that is there was a ton of drama where Balenciaga released some very sussy images where kids were featured in some kind of pretty gross ways, I would say, okay? And Xanderhal saw this and he called it out. And then Shoe on Head basically calls Xanderhal out by saying it's not that big of a deal. And because of like this frankly light criticism that Shoe on Head Shoe on Head sent Xanderhal away, he somehow fucking twisted that and mind gymnastics that into, oh, you're calling me a pedophile, right? Which is obviously a insane leap in logic, completely fucking retarded, but that's basically the gist of it. And Keffals has continued to associate with Shoe on Head. And Xanderhal got really mad about that, basically saying, hey, if you don't disassociate from Shoe on Head, I'm going to have to burn the bridge. And Keffals was like, fuck you. And then in the midst of all this drama, Xanderhal actually ended up retweeting an allegation against Keffals, basically saying that she abused her partner. Now, Keffals already did an entire nuke stream on her partner in the past, basically exposing that she most definitely did not abuse her partner. I will say that. I only watched bits and pieces of it, but she did not abuse her partner. And it's, in fact, more likely that her partner abused her, right? So I will say all that. But that's how we got here, and Xanderhal is finally addressing it after just basically fucking ignoring it for a couple days. And, yeah. The dent at first is crazy, though. The dent is crazy.
Well, hello everybody. It's good to be back from my break.
Okay, this guy, all these fucking Twitch poll people talk so fucking slow, it's insufferable.
And today, I've got some stuff that I've really got to talk about. Many of you guys have probably thought about this whole situation as nothing other than, like, pointless parasocial drama. And to be completely honest with you, besides one thing, something that I genuinely feel morally obliged to apologize for, I do think that it's mostly been that, just petty parasocial internet drama. Though I will say the effect it's had on my...
Where Xanderhal is in the wrong, like, almost every step of the way he's been in the wrong.
Channel has been pretty astronomical. The last time I've lost this many subs in this short of a period of time was the sex cult drama, which is pretty crazy to think about. Regardless, my channel's still doing okay. Like, I'm not at risk of collapsing or anything. I've got 600 people watching right now, but it has been a pretty big hit to my channel. I've lost over 3,000 subs in about a week and a half, so I do feel the need to respond to the numerous lies that have been said about me, but as I said before, to also apologize for something I've did in all this that is an objective wrong. So,
I mean, at least he's doing that, okay.
Time off, both because dealing with drama during the holiday season, and also
during the Holocaust. I thought that's what he was gonna say.
So, you know, just getting a lot of hate in general and having a lot of negativity coming my way.
You fucking deserve it. You're a little snake, dude. I'm sorry. I'm getting so fucking ahead of myself. I need to stop.
Take the time off while I enjoy Christmas, and when I have the free time and things are calm,
sure,
to just put together a proper response written up with receipts, clips, all that good stuff, prepared and ready for all of you. And that's what I'm going to be reading to you all today, as well as showing you quite a few clips that I have gathered. I have prepared the script, and I'm going to try to stay mostly on script, but I'm going to ask that any of you guys who can think of any damning claims that have been made about me in all of this that I forget to acknowledge, feel free to at me in the chat, because I can't really remember and write out everything. And so
I know an allegation. Gay turbo AIDS. Xanderhal needs to address the gay turbo AIDS allegations, okay? I mean, look at him. He looks like he's an AIDS patient, okay? I would not be surprised.
Having you guys able to remind me of anything I forget would be kind of nice. That's also part of why I'm doing this live in the first place. So,
Why
all that out of
not?
the way, let's get started. Hey everyone, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Before getting started, I feel I should let you all know what's
What's nice about being a small streamer is I can mod a bunch of people, and like if you fucking abuse it or whatever, I can just unmod you. So actually, I really don't need moderators, so it's more of just a cool little badge for you.
As you may guess, I've had a lot of hate comments come my way because of this drama, and I decided it would be best to just let Keffals make all of her videos milking this and lying about me before I do my final response and just enjoy the holidays without wading through drama. I was also originally going to make this a pre-recorded video, but I figured doing this live will allow me to respond to claims made about me that I may forget to include here. I'm going to try to stick to just reading what I have written here, but if I see a claim or question that really needs to be answered in chat, I will for the sake of including it in the response. A lot has happened since this all started with me publicly burning the bridge with Keffals, but since that point, I basically completely allowed Keffals to control the narrative with her multitude of drama streams she's done about me, despite this being my first actual video about her through all of this.
I mean, okay.
Admit, however, and I think it's important to get to this as early on as possible. I made one big mistake in all of this that I absolutely have to take accountability for.
I'm not
and
really for it.
apologize for with an explanation before we move on.
I don't know how
Late
much
into this
longer I'm
drama,
gonna go.
while I was receiving a massive amount of hate from both my and Keffals fans, one of my regular viewers commented something supportive of me, which mentioned at the time non-debunked allegations that Keffals was an abuser. I retweeted it since it was one of the few tweets not insulting me during all of this without researching the allegations myself. At this point,
Yeah, dude, you're a fucking retard. Yeah, I just retweeted baseless allegations because that was like the only comment not being mean to me. So, you know, I figured I would just retweet it. Like, dude, I don't even know what to say, dude. You're fucking retarded, man.
I'd heard of the allegations before a couple weeks prior, but forgot about them after thinking I'll just wait for her response. Me and Keffals were friends at the time. I was just like, I'll wait, you know, I'll wait and see how she responds whenever I first heard about them. In response to my retweet of this person mentioning the allegations, Keffals would do a stream and thoroughly debunk them. Not only that, but Keffals proved, undoubtedly, she was in fact the victim in that situation, not the abuser. While I disagree with this framing that I made her relive her abuse by forcing her to debunk the allegations, I definitely made a big and hurtful mistake by retweeting that claim so flippantly. I've had similar things done to me, so I know how much it sucks to have people support your abuser who's engaging in public darvo against you. I truly am sorry to both Keffals and to all of you. I admit that while getting nonstop hate online, pretty much any comment backing me up was getting retweeted by me, and I really should have thought about it.
Dude, you're such a fucking loser, bro. Oh my god. Yeah, but like, whenever I'm getting hate online, I just fucking retweet everyone who's not being mean to me. Like, bro. How fucking insecure do you have to be to like dig through comments, find the one little fucking comment that's not shitting on you and retweet it? You're such a fucking loser, man.
Boosting such serious allegations. I won't make any excuses for this behavior, but I will point out why I found this specific mistake I made getting so much negative attention a little ironic. So, for those that don't know why I got a little defensive, not really defensive, I kind of just slinked away and didn't immediately put out the apology, is because I guess the irony that I feel it would be remiss of me to point out is that Keffals has a habit of doing the same thing.
I'm not paying for
arguably
mods,
worse.
bro.
I don't think it's good when he
Oh yeah,
does
meanwhile
it.
he stealths people, which is legitimate.
This is Keffals talking about Destiny. And obviously what she's saying here is not true.
Oh yeah, meanwhile he stealths people, which is legitimately a form of rape. Insane. Insane shit.
I mean, fair play by Xanderhal here. It is objectively true that Keffals pushed, or she said false allegations against Destiny, and that were really shitty. However, she has since apologized, and I think her and Destiny are good at this point. I mean, let me reiterate, Keffals is still very much a shitty person for this, and a shitty person for a myriad of other things, most of which being scamming her fans out of $100,000. But that's completely beside the point, okay? I mean, yeah, Keffals does have a good point, Xanderhal does have a good point here, that she has made the same mistake in the past. However, that doesn't make what Xanderhal did any less retarded.
What is stealthing? Taking off the condom without telling your partner, and like, it's rape. It's basically just like stealthily removing the condom. To be fair, she has apologized for this, but it's not the only example.
You're not getting him
She's
back.
also called Chudlogic a pedophile, and called Keemstar a pedophile on Twitter as recently as a couple days ago.
Okay. She's also... I hate Xanderhal, but he's making some good points here, okay? She has called Chudlogic a pedophile, which is completely untrue, obviously. And, I mean, yeah, that was another instance where she really fucked up. But I feel like Xanderhal he's directing attention away from what he did, right? Like, obviously, he really fucked up. He admitted he fucked up, but now he's like trying to say that like all this stuff, it doesn't really matter to like the central point, right? I don't know.
Yeah, literally on Christmas Eve, she on Twitter replied to Keemstar, "I've always wanted to ratio a pedophile," which like fuck Keemstar and everything, but also can you see where, like, a little bit of my defensiveness came from with, like, okay, I definitely was in the wrong, but also, holy shit, you know? The fact that I like none of these people doesn't change that.
I mean, yeah, she's a hypocrite.
Starting false allegations of a serious nature against them is not okay. I did the same to Keffals by retweeting that post, and while it is a little ironic, it doesn't change the fact that I engaged in one of the bad behaviors commonly practiced by the person I'm trying to argue against, and that disappoints me as well as you. It really upsets me that I did something so stupid and wrong, because besides that fuck-up, I feel I've been pretty well reasoned and correct in all of this, though very misrepresented and lied about. Well, I did wrong Keffals by signal boosting those false allegations and take the L on it. That followed and was followed by countless lies about me from Keffals that I don't believe me making that mistake cancels out or takes away my right to debunk. I hope you'll all listen to me as I explain my side of this. I'm going to start with a recap of events many of you already know, but others have lied about to make me seem unreasonable. So, we're going to be going back in time here a little bit, about a year back in time, and get into some very important context. Back in 2019, when my channel was still a little baby in the space of internet politics, I found myself becoming friends with a content creator named Shoeonhead. I was well aware of her before we became friends since I'd watched her videos for years back when I was a chuddy teenager, so her now wanting to be my friend felt like a big step up in my journey as a content creator. All of this coincided with a very clear heel turn in her public politics towards progressive socialism. She was super on the Bernie wave. Times were good. It was great fun. The problems began to start with people wanting to hold Shu to account for things she said in the years past. Everyone from random Twitter users to my own fans were demanding I answer for the past actions of this woman. To be fair, I was and am a public figure, and if I'm going to publicly associate with someone, I figure I ought to be able to defend it, so I did. There are numerous videos on my channel from the years of 2019 to 2022 defending Shu from negative claims made about her, since I see my friendships as an extension of myself in a way. I've been accused of saying that I see my friendships as an extension of myself as being, like, narcissistic or egotistical. Maybe that's just a very, like, American Southern phrase that's not, like, commonly repeated outside of, like, where I grew up, but that is a phrase I heard from teachers, guidance counselors, like, just older people giving advice and, like, just all the time growing up. Like, your friends are an extension of yourself. The point is, yeah, you are the company you keep is also another word for it, so I don't know. I understand the wording is weird. Maybe it's a more regional thing, but it basically means you are the company you keep is what my friends are an extension of myself means, yeah. Also, here's a screenshot of one of those videos I made from back in the day. There are many more, but it's just an example of a video I made defending Shu. It's no secret I used to make videos defending Shu. I don't feel that's super in need of proving.
Okay, so you made videos defending Shu. Who cares? Why are we... I don't understand.
But I decided to include evidence regardless. Lots of evidence in this. I think someone's friends say a lot about them, and when people said my friendship with Shu was bad, that was also an indictment of my judgment. At the start, these criticisms were for relatively mundane and defendable things. The really bad things she did in the past seem to have been apologized for, so I only really cared about her actions now. This started to change in late 2020. Bernie lost the Democratic primary, and Shu's politics were broken forever from that point, making my public association much harder to defend from then on. Here's Shu's video from when Bernie lost 5 Ways to Cope. It's actually a good thumbnail. I like that thumbnail. Yeah, it's a very Southern phrase. Thank you. She would regularly push relatively harmless conspiracy theories and Nazgul talking points.
I'm not neglecting him. He's right here.
Still soak dem leaning, so I defended it. Then, in late 2020, I had a debate with an old acquaintance, now wretched, dark arch enemies of each other, of Shoeonhead's Cult of Dusty. I like Cult of Dusty, by the way. I think he's cool. He challenged me, or I challenged him, I actually don't remember, to a debate on whether associating with Shu publicly as a left-wing figures was responsible. And credit where credit is due, he decisively whooped me in that debate. He did. You can watch it yourself if you want to see, but for a summary, he brought a lot more receipts on Shu than I was expecting. The aftermath really started to make me question whether I was making the right choice by defending her. At the end of the day, she'd also defended me before and had been so nice to me in private, it felt wrong to stop associating with her over things that were mostly in her past. So regrettably, I continued to defend my public association with Shu. Things would start to change as a new trend in her behavior became apparent. My long-term LGBT viewers should be well aware of the yearly kink at pride discourse that Shu would not necessarily create or start, but often bolster with her platform. Regardless of your position on this issue, it's undeniable that every time she would, say, tweet something like this, I'll show it to you in a second, that on its own isn't really too disagreeable, reading her comments quickly tells you that regardless of her motivations, her community and right-wing pundits take this stuff very differently than she does. And I included a good tweet here that points out how that drama with the whole it's not gonna lick itself thing, the drag thing, the crazy part about the kids' drag show was that was a nothing burger, is that the loser that infiltrated it got less than 2K likes, and Shoeonhead got 59,000 and made it go viral. So viral it ended up on Tucker Carlson, you'll see in a moment. All of this came to a fever pitch in June, Pride Month of 2022, when Shu skyrocketed this photo into the conservative media sphere. So you can see Tucker Carlson covered it.
Okay, she fucking tweeted it. How is it Shoeonhead's fault if Tucker Carlson and Tim Pool talks about it after, right?
Pretty big time. Tim Pool did, and many others, but these are just the examples I was easily able to grab.
Like, who the fuck cares, bro? It's not Shoeonhead's fault that these other people are covering it after she tweets about it, and it got, like, popular or whatever, right?
Searching on Google Images, dude. That's literally where I got a lot of these sources, because some tweets have been deleted, some stuff's been buried, but, like, this stuff's not, like, hard to find, and there's a lot more than I'm even putting here. I won't pretend like Shu started doing this. I won't pretend like Shu started doing this. There were no conservatives, oh my god, I keep fumbling it. Listen, editors,
you're retarded.
fix it. I won't pretend like before Shu started doing this, there were no conservatives pedo-jacketing trans and gay people, but the drag queens around kids discussion was absolutely mainstreamed in large part by her. In fact, she even accepted this back when it happened. This is her apology, which I think has since been deleted. After that went to Tucker Carlson and like blew up, and a ton of anti-gay and anti-trans hate was caused by her. She wrote this apology thread that I honestly, yeah, she deleted it. Yeah, her deleting this was also, I forgot to include it in the script, but her deleting this apology thread for that and the Balenciaga thing were sort of like the Balenciaga thing was the piece of hay that fell on top of this piece of hay that broke the camel's back, you know?
Dude, undeniably, the Balenciaga pictures were sussy, okay? They were just fucking weird, okay? And Chew on Head was right to call it out, okay? I don't 100% remember. Obviously, if she like straight up came out and said like, oh, the people who made this are pedophiles, that'd be wrong, okay? But she didn't say it. It's just fucking weird, and she is right to call that out. Jessica Exalea? Not really.
Makes sense. You can pause that to read her apology. She's
I don't know. It's just kind of
so, yeah.
boring.
Here's Shu's Twitter apology she made to her LGBT community members who felt betrayed by her playing into their bigoted hands so well. She genuinely seems sad that this discourse had reached Tucker Carlson's show and many other sources of conservative propaganda as a result of her actions. I actually thought that this apology would be the start of a new arc for her, but I was really, really wrong. In private, Shu's new boyfriend, now husband, was causing some inter-group chat drama due to his questionable politics. Frankly, I would feel comfortable just calling him a Nazi and moving on, but here are some things that make me think that he is one, and I'll let you decide yourselves. So, this is quote tweeting STL, saying white nationalism and Nazism are both rightist ideologies that seek to take power from the many and concentrate it to among the few. Eudaimonia, who is Shu's husband, replies, imagine being so direction-brained that you think Nazism is a rightist ideology. These people are dangerous ideologues. Okay, so thinking that Nazism is right-wing makes you a dangerous ideologue.
Dude, I don't fucking know. The pictures with kids, I mean, I think the thing was, like, I don't really want to pull them up, but, like, the Balenciaga pictures, they were just, if I remember correctly, they just like had kids like next to like lingerie or something, which is it's just like really fucking weird, dude. I don't know. Maybe I'll try and pull it up here real fast.
Okay, cool. Quote tweeting ContraPoints, who said, so maddening to have watched white nationalism spread from Stormfront to 4chan to YouTube to Steve Bannon to Tucker Carlson to the manifestos of multiple mass murderers and not taken seriously because they're not wearing, I assume she goes on to say, like, they're not wearing white power patches or whatever. Eudaimonia quote tweets and says, yeah, that would be crazy if it were actually happening. And then this is a tweet he liked, quote, replacement theory is a dangerous conspiracy theory, but also Texas is going to be blue due to immigration in a decade and Republicans will never win another election. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That was liked by him. So yeah, he's a Nazi, okay? He's at the very least a fascist. I'm not particularly, like, bent out of shape on accurately labeling. At the very Republicans will never win another election. Aha.
Okay, what is this? Okay, yeah, I was actually. Fuck, dude. I was not distracted.
Not taken seriously because they're not wearing. I assume she goes on to say like.
So Maddie watch white nationalism spread from Stormfront to 4chan to YouTube to Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson manifestos, mass murderers. Yeah, okay. So he just disagrees that white nationalism is spreading to YouTube or whatever. Like, even if you disagree, why would you call him a Nazi based off this, dude? Xanderhal loves to go after wolf scolds or whatever, but dude, this is so fucking retarded, man. You think that because someone doesn't believe that white nationalism and is like spreading to YouTube or whatever, that makes him like a Nazi? Are you fucking kidding me right now? You're so fucking stupid, man.
They're not wearing white power patches or whatever. Eudaimonia quote tweets and says, yeah, that would be crazy if it were actually happening. And then this is a tweet he liked, quote, replacement theory is a
okay, yeah, here's the picture. Ignore Vaush or whatever. It's like this little kid and like she's holding like a bear with like lingerie or whatever, right? And the guy has like a lock to the bear key or whatever. It's just like, obviously I wouldn't call anyone like the creator of this photo like a pedophile or whatever, but like it's fucking weird. It's objectively fucking weird and gross, right? Like, I don't know why Shoe on Head calling this out as weird is not pedo-jacketing anyone. It's true. It's fucking weird.
Dangerous conspiracy theory, but also Texas is going to be blue due to immigration in a decade and Republicans will never win another election. Ah, ha, ha, ha. That was liked by him. So yeah, he's a Nazi, okay? He's at the very least a fascist. I'm not particularly, like, bent out of shape on accurately labeling my far-right weirdos, so...
Xanderhal is a woke scold, bro.
Hit me with criticism for that, if you will. As it turns out, he is a trad path and pretty hardline conservative. There were always people in Shu's GC and Sphere that would defend him, but I think some, including me, were skeeved out for obvious reasons. I definitely gave her some shit for being a lefty who dates alt-writers, but I tried to just...
Who the fuck cares, bro? Oh my god. It's her personal life. Let her date whoever she wants.
Except that sometimes love can override political barriers, and it wasn't really my business. Of course, Shu's interest in fashy dudes is not the reason I burnt the bridge, but rather something I view as far worse. She went back on that apology she made before to her LGBT fans. I don't mean literally saying, never mind, I'm not sorry later on, but her actions would show this more than her words. On the 20th of November, 2022, a far-right gunman would enter the Club Q nightclub and proceed to murder, in cold blood, 5 people and injure a total of 25 people. I also have a photo of the really nice memorial set up outside Club Q. People really, really came out in force to show solidarity, you know? The shooter has since been sentenced to life in prison. However, it is very widely agreed upon that this attack was motivated by the same anti-queer bigotry that drives many of the anti-gay groomer talking points that have become inescapable in the last year. The day of and after the shooting was a day of mourning for much of the LGBT community. The hate that so many people were trying to fight had led to the deaths of a bunch of innocent people. For Shu, the day after the Club Q shooting warranted a different response. After seeing what started out as a very niche right-wing conspiracy...
Sorry, the picture of, like, the thing, that's what Xanderhal basically defended that, and, like, he's trying to say that, like, Shu, like, pedo-jacketed, like, tried to imply that he was a pedophile for defending that, which isn't true. But, yeah. And basically, Xanderhal is trying to claim that Sean Head's husband is, like, a Nazi because of the tweets earlier, which is kind of fucking retarded.
Theory being posted by her friend Brittany Venti, an alt-writer, and many of you guys don't know this. This is something that came to me recently, and many don't know about this. Brittany Venti, an alt-writer and Charlottesville tiki torch carrier, most famous for getting banned from Twitch for doing an African cooking show.
Are you fucking kidding me? Brittany Venti, alt-writer. Okay. Dude, Xanderhal is a woke scold.
Which consisted of her making noises and mud pies. Now, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm referring to the tiki torch carrier. Many people haven't seen this footage. The woman you see here walking with the tiki torch carriers at Charlottesville is Brittany Venti, Shu's friend, who Shu got the Balenciaga conspiracy theory from. You can tell because no one else has that much distance between their eyes, you know? So, you know, just Shu casually being friends with one of the people who marched with the tiki torches chanting, "You will not
oh my fucking god,"
replace us at Charlottesville. Very casual. She retweeted a post about how fashion company Balenciaga was signaling pro-pedophile messaging. She decided to quote tweet it, thus blowing it up. Now, this far-right conspiracy theory never had any ground to stand on in the first place.
What do you mean it didn't have any fucking ground to stand on? The bear is wearing lingerie, and the little girl is holding it. It's fucking weird, dude.
Having passed, I think we can pretty safely say we'd know by now if they were onto something. Funnily enough, many don't even know Balenciaga put out a statement addressing it. They put out a pretty standard corporate apology.
Look, it's right here. This. Oh my fucking god. Why does YouTube do this? I hate YouTube. Oh my god. Okay, I can't zoom in, but this bear is literally in lingerie. Look at that, and the little girl is holding it. That's fucking gross and weird. It is gross and weird. Why is Xanderhal defending this? And to be 10,000% clear, Xanderhal, I'm not calling you a pedophile. I'm saying you're fucking weird for defending this.
Like, nothing all that juicy, just like...
Xanderhal's not a pedophile.
We shouldn't have, like, had kids with sexually suggestive materials, which I agree with. I think that's fine. I think, like, a controversy over the suggestivity of the images and even, like, how kinda, you know, just sussy it is to have kids in that industry at all would be fine, but that wasn't what the controversy was over. They claimed that these photos, while certainly distasteful, and this separate and unrelated photo from a different shoot, were somehow clues for people to pick up on for pro-pedo messaging. Remember, guys, they lied about this, but they said that these were part of the same shoot. They weren't. These were months and months apart, from my understanding. And yeah, they had this purse, and then the photos of the kids, and they thought these must be connected, and they must be signaling something. You see, it's so big-brained. They're the creepy photo shoots of the kids, and here you have a handbag with some papers in the background.
Okay, dude, no, but the only, like, actual retards were saying that, like, oh my god, Balenciaga is full of pedophiles, right? Literally everyone was just agreeing that it's fucking weird, okay?
That seemed to be a Supreme Court ruling pertaining to a child sexual assault material laws.
Dude, Xanderhal likes to claim that how I'm still doing good. I'm still pretty popular. Motherfucker, look at how slow the chat is moving. Supposedly you have 600 people in this chat right now, and it's moving this slow, and you, like... Okay.
If you're not a conspiracy-brained right-winger, you probably already see the clear flaws in this conspiracy theory, such as actual child protective institutions going on record to say that conspiracy theories like Pizzagate and Wayfair were massive hindrances to their ability to actually protect children. This has been stated by many institutions, by the way. A QAnon con, how the viral Wayfair sex trafficking lie hurt real kids. An internet mob wanted to rescue a 13-year-old girl. Instead, they terrified her, derailed real trafficking investigations, and incited Save the Children violence. It is a long-going issue with the far right, and she fed into it. And of course, the
Okay,
fact
dude, the far right is retarded. How is this related to shoe on head, bro? Oh, bro. Ah.
it's actually insane to claim such a broad and serious conspiracy to a massive audience. Here's just one of the Balenciaga stores that was defaced with graffiti claiming the people inside are pedophiles, which is just absolutely great for the minimum wage employees folding clothes in there, you know? If this was where it ended, just with her tweet, it wouldn't have been as big a deal. However, Shu's mutuals, followers, and large political pundits like Tucker Carlson, as I'd find out, have gotten their topics from Shu's Twitter feed before, jumped onto this conspiracy after Shu signal boosted it, and did something very different with the conspiracy than I think Shu even intended. You see, the day after the Club Q shooting...
Exactly, she didn't intend to push us. You just admitted she didn't intend to push this conspiracy theory, so how is it her fucking fault that right-wingers saw it and then, like, posted it? Like, how is she supposed to control this?
Of mourning for the LGBT community, but it was also a day of celebration for the far right. These ghouls cheer on the deaths of trans people, and Shu had given them a new toy to play with. Within 24 hours of Shu's tweet, the Balenciaga pedo controversy was on Tucker's Night Show.
Okay, you're never allowed to criticize... You can't criticize a child holding a bear with lingerie on because it could... Like, is this how people think? Are you supposed to, like, whenever you criticize something, are you supposed to, like, think through, like, oh, how could, like, the alt-right potentially weaponize this and use it for their own propaganda? Nobody fucking thinks like that. Everybody just sees this and evaluates on a case-by-case basis, right?
The right was doing what the right does with unfounded conspiracy theories about the entities they can frame as even marginally left-leaning or pro-gay being pedophiles and ran hard with it. You can actually read a recap of this controversy on Shu on Head's Wikitubia page that mentions that even mainstream celebrities received harassment over their association with the clothing brand Balenciaga. It's actually interesting. Kim Kardashian also received backlash for saying that she was unsure whether to cut ties with them, and Salma Hayek received backlash when it was found her husband was the CEO of Kering, Balenciaga's parent company.
This has nothing to do with Shu on Head.
It went far and wide, dude. I will swag that. This is where I come in. Having felt disillusioned at the idea of defending Shu from valid criticism, I did something ballsy. I quote-tweeted a neo-Nazi that Shu is friends with, who'd quote-tweeted Shu's post with the following response. And it's pretty spicy, guys. So remember, this is Shu on Head's Oomphy, who had quote-tweeted her post about Balenciaga, saying the following. We are up against demons. The groomer problem is real. It's not a quote-unquote dumb culture war issue. These people want to rape your kids in one way or another, and they think it's
okay,
funny.
Obviously this person is being fucking retarded. Who cares?
I quote-tweeted this oomphy of Shu's, who had quote-tweeted her post, with Shu on Head on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time the day after...
The creative director was fired because of the ads? I mean, good. That ad was really fucking weird and gross. I don't know.
After another anti-gay terror attack, and then a American Psycho meme. This person replies, Zan, please don't conflate her calling out company...
Obviously, that's fucking stupid.
...for doing a really weird and gross modeling shoot with giving Nazis ammo. We should be able to call out companies doing weird shit, especially since it has nothing to do with queer...
Based, holy fuck, this is so true.
Community. Obviously, my criticism isn't the calling out of weird shit. It's this stuff. It's the allowing of...
How is... Okay then, Xanderhal. How would Sean Head go about calling out weird shit without giving ammo to right-wingers, right? Like, that's just... how do you do that? Do you, like, add clarification after me, like, right-wingers, do not interact, or something? Like, she can't fucking help right-wingers interacting with her.
This stuff among her oompies that she's literally...
And how do you know you have not demonstrated she's friends with this, like, random fucking retard, right? Who is this?
Has literally said he got talking points from Shu to Tucker Carlson. He's that pipeline that gets talking points from Shu to Tucker Carlson. Or he was, I guess, you know? Back when Tucker was big. This was back when Tucker was on Fox News, on TV, you know? The biggest guy in the world, as far as, like, nightly political talk shows. Now, Shu replied, and this is where the pedo-jacketing thing comes from, too late, he did. And unfollowed me. Just like Contra, The Surfs, Hunter, etc. All of them over pedo shit. Normal and cool. Not gonna stop me from talking about it. So... she actually didn't even just pedo-jacket me. I'd argue she pedo-jacketed ContraPoints, The Surfs, Hunter Avalone, and I guess more?
This is not pedo-jacketing. She did not imply you're a fucking pedophile. Are you fucking kidding me? Obviously, she's implying that you're... oh my god. Obviously, she's implying that you're, like, defending pedo shit or whatever, right? That she's not pedo-jacketing you. You fucking retard.
I don't know who the etc. is. I thought it'd be funny to quote tweet it with a reference to American Psycho, a movie Shu likes to post memes from. But used said meme to point out how obviously harmful what she'd created had become. Naturally, she had her defenders who apparently can't read the tweet from Shu's friend, and trust me, they are friends, right above their own, but Shu's response really sealed the deal.
Source, trust me, bro. That's literally what he did. Bro, trust me, they're friends, okay, guys? Okay.
I unfollowed her because of her original tweet, and the fan response, as frankly I wasn't interested in seeing her die on the hill defending a conspiracy theory. Couldn't she have just said, child modeling is rife with abuse, I don't like this industry or the sussy photo shoot, and called out all her friends weaponizing it for homophobia? That's literally all I...
What, she just called out the child modeling. That's what she did. Granted, she didn't include the part about the industry or whatever, but just like... That's literally all she did, is she called out the disgusting photo shoot. She did not call it...
I wanted to see. Regardless of me finding the photo shoot weird, she responded to one of her fans in my replies, heavily implying that I burned the bridge with her over her being anti-pedo, along with ContraPoints the Surfs and Hunter Avalone. I've had some pretty desperate drama frogs tell me that what Shu did wasn't that bad, or that it wasn't pedo jacketing. And if that's what you genuinely believe, then that's alright. I guess I can't teach you social skills all in one video.
Okay, dude. You're actually the anti-social one, because you don't get my point. You're fucking retarded, man.
The response from Shu's community to this tweet was swift and merciless. I have a habit of just banning and blocking people who hate comments since I find it therapeutic and it kind of helps to keep nonstop negativity.
You blocked
off my
me.
feed. The downside is that 99.99% of the harassing comments are now deleted, banned, and blocked. Don't worry though, I always get the receipts in the end. Thankfully, I'd been posting some examples of the harassment I was getting from Shu's fans on Twitter at the time, and those screenshots still exist. A lot of them were death threats, of course, so here's just some examples. This person said, pedos are not welcome on Twitter. Hilarious reply. Obviously, just hilarious reply in every way. And then this person replied, it's because you're a pedophile, right? You're on the list. Don't ever be alone.
Oh my god. Who the fuck cares? How? Okay, first of all, you cannot prove that these are Shorthead fans. It could just be like, these are just random glup shittos from your comment section, okay? Second of all, even if they were Shorthead fans, she can't fucking control them. Like, how do you know these are Shorthead's fans? You're not displaying that at all.
You aren't safe. This is far from the only comments I was getting like this from Shu's fans, by the way. And it went on for like half a year. Like, as recently as like a month ago, I was still getting comments like this on that video. But you also had pretty funny interactions like this one in my replies, where one of my fans comments about the harassment brigade, with one of the brigaders right below them proving their point. This is a funny one. Pretty wild how all the Shu simps have proven you completely correct by repeatedly calling you a pedo under this post. And this person replies, quiet pedo, and gets 70 likes because, like, literally all of Shu's audience.
How do you know this is a fucking Shonehead fan? What?
Were coming out to get me, so just random people replying, calling me a pedo.
Oh, you're... Okay, dude. Obviously, if you're defending, like, some sussy, gross shit, random glup shittos who have no... who have no stake in the game are gonna call you a pedophile just, like... Because they have no stake in it, right? There's no consequences for them calling you a pedo. They're just trying to insult you, basically, right? Or maybe they do genuinely believe you're a pedophile. Who knows? They could be fucking disabled, right?
Pedo, when I post about it, we're getting like close to 100 likes. Like, that's how much of a brigade it was. Like, there were a lot of people. You got to be getting a lot of hate for like random negative replies to be getting 70 likes. You know, especially as a content creator as small as me.
Maybe that's just an indication that you're wrong, Xanderhal. Maybe it's an indication that you're fucking retarded.
That wasn't the end of it, of course. Shu would go on to make a whole video defending the conspiracy theory and attacking those in the left that had criticized her for it as pedophilia enablers. At least she censored my name in the video to stymie the harassment, but there was a single person in the video she did not censor too well. That was Demon Mama. Here is the screenshot of Shu's censoring job of Demon Mama. At least we get this little bit here, with Demon Mama's like channel name censored, but... I mean, she got done really dirty.
What? How is this...
censored, but...
Where is it not censored?
I mean, she got done really dirty. Now, with Shu's fans sending me and Demon Mama death threats, bolstering gay groomer panic and false pedo allegations, you can imagine that my and practically the entire online left's attention turned...
How the fuck... Are you fucking kidding me? She didn't do a good job censoring Demon Mama? What did you want her to do? To cut out her face? Dude, oh my fucking god.
To our friend, Vaush. If you watch me, you probably know who Vaush is, so I'll skip the introduction. He'd also been friends with Shu for even longer than I had, and he's also friends with Demon Mama too. As you can imagine, a lot of people were now expecting Vaush to be fully critical of Shu on Head. However, for literal days after the drama, he kinda hand-waved it off in a way that I can say for certain made me and much of his own community at the time pretty upset. This anger led to many chatters getting banned by Vaush for bringing up what was happening with Shu constantly. I started to become so disillusioned with my friends' literally blind defense of her, because we hadn't seen what she did, that I even went on record publicly saying that I was considering burning the bridge over this. And to be honest, many in the community at the time did not blame me for it. A lot of people were eager to see him just take the kid gloves off too. So here's an example of like the top thread with hundreds of likes in Vaush's subreddit at the time. I'm done with Shu. She is so careless and stupid with this whole thing, she's doing. She was just a reactionary homophobe who pretends she's an... And Vaush's continued obfuscation of her is such an ethical failure that it makes me take him less seriously. The hypocrisy is maddening. Like, people were pissed, okay? People were pissed, and here's examples of me being pissed, because I am no hypocrite. Yeah, it sucked to burn the bridge with Vaush a month before I moved to where we can actually hang out IRL. When you realize Destiny is harder on Lauren Southern than Vaush is on Shu, Vaush won't call him out for being a Nazi because he's Shu's BF and that'd upset Shu. These are just a couple of the publicly available, publicly posted messages I made in Vaush's Discord server when this was all going down. I was very publicly in his community posting that if, like, his coverage of this continues to be so flippant and dismissive of what Shu did, that I would absolutely burn the bridge because of how hurtful it feels. So, what channel? Just like the general channel, just like where everybody was talking. You can just literally search in Vaush's Discord channel right now, Burn the Bridge, or Shu, and search by, like, name Xanderhal, and find a bunch more comments from me that are, like, that back this up. It's funny that people keep saying that I'm, like, inconsistent with Keffals on this, when, for one, the problem's never been the friendship with Shu. It's been the flip it, kinda, I don't really care what she did, you know? But, things get better.
Okay.
Now, I was already on the edge of burning the bridge. Certainly not something I'd be happy about or wanted to do, but it still felt like the right response to a situation like this. What stopped me was when Vaush said he'd go over Shu's video on stream finally. Knowing how bad the arguments in her video are, and the fact that she pedo jackets those calling her out in said video, including me in DM, my hopes were high that we would see the kid gloves actually come off. And we were right. Having a larger content creator make a vid in support of you when you're getting dogpiled is really nice and something it's hard to relate to if you're not a content creator. And it's exactly what happened when Vaush finally responded to Shu's video. There was a YouTube bug that like made Vaush's profile picture not show up for some reason. I don't know why it's on all of his videos. I think it's disappeared from me now, but it was happening when I took the screenshot. And this is the video in question. For the first half, it's fairly mild, but once Shu starts pedo jacketing and full-on conspiracy mongering, the kid gloves came off, and we got these famous clips.
Let's watch them.
Here we go. I got 4 clips to show you guys back to back here, but they're important, I promise.
On her way to once again use her massive platform to provide the neo-Nazis in her audience with fodder they can use to justify the murder of gay people, but this time the day after another anti-gay terror attack.
See, that's true. That's from Xanderhal, by the way. That's a true tweet. Shu, you could, I know you'll never discuss this with me because you don't like direct confrontation, but if you discuss this with me, you would lose. And you are losing right now to me saying this because I'm objectively right. He was right. Ah, yes, and the quote tweet, the tweet he's referring to down here, was Pedro L. Gonzalez saying, "We are up against demons. The groomer problem is real. It's not a dumb culture war issue. These people want to rape your kids in one way or another, and they think it's funny." That person down there is flat out just saying, all queer people, all progressives, are part of a child rape conspiracy.
How is that Shu on Head's fault, bro? I just don't fucking understand.
Follow police or anything, but I bet you if I go to their Twitter, followed by, yeah, Shu. She was bragged about giving him talking points for Tucker Carlson.
Okay,
Shu.
Follows on Twitter are not an endorsement, bro. Oh my fucking god. I follow Flamenco on Twitter, and I think he's a fucking scumfuck, okay? Follows are not an endorsement.
I'm willing to give leeway here on account of familiarity, but a total unwillingness to acknowledge why the left is freaking out here is essentially just collaboration with the far right, regardless of what you're...
Look how unanimous the support for me in this was back in the day. A lot of, like, the discussion around whether or not Shu pedo jacketed me for real, that's kind of cropped up in all of this, is literally just context rot. Like, people have just forgotten shit, and people are preying on that to get drama clicks.
Oh my god.
It's actually wild how polar opposite the reaction was towards me a year ago.
Your actual specific positions are.
Sean had on her way to once again use her massive platform to provide...
It's looping. Okay, the next clip now, because it's 4 back-to-back clips. And they get better and better as we go. These clips are the big difference between between Keffals and Vaush, and why I burnt the bridge with Keffals after telling her what Shu did, and not with Vaush. Because Vaush's reaction to finding out what Shu did was the things you're about to see. Keffals' response was sort of a flippant,
and implied I was responsible for someone else's opinion, and therefore fueling hate crimes against gay people.
Yes. Yes, this is how information works. If you popularize an idea, or promote it, or broadcast it... Okay, I'm not going to even entertain this. This is fucking stupid. Shu, are you playing dumb here? You know perfectly goddamn well how this works. The far right latched onto your tweets and immediately turned it into fuel for the fire of the anti-queer, like, pedo groomer bullshit that they're doing. Why are you pretending you don't understand this? Why are you pretending this association was made by Xan?
I'm just confused how Balenciaga posted...
Oh yeah, that was a big claim that I was the one that was just manifesting this whole claim that people were associating the Balenciaga stuff with gay people.
An ad of kids holding stuffed animals and fetish gear turned into LGBT groomer discourse. Did I miss something? Look at the quote tweets and replies to her tweet thread from her followers. I have 500,000 followers on Twitter. I have over 1 million subscribers.
No, fuck this, dude. No, absolutely fuck this. Stop. We are way the fuck too close to death camps to be pulling this I'm not responsible for my followers' behavior shit. This isn't about being responsible. She's
fucking not, dude. What do you fucking mean, bro? You are, dude, unless you're specifically encouraging something, it's not Shu's fault who fucking follows her. It's not Vaush's fault who follows him. It's not Xanderhal's fault who follows him, right? Like, there's fucking crazy, retarded people in literally every single audience. There's probably a crazy, retarded person who's gonna watch this video, right? Who I fucking would completely disagree with if I got to know better, right? It's not her fault at all, actually. Obviously, you cultivate an audience of people, but I mean, if she cultivates a right-wing audience, who the fuck cares?
Responsible for your followers. This is in an era where the entire far right has completely thrown their weight behind the queer groomer conspiracy.
Hey, by the way, Florida just did their first death penalty execution for, like, their, like, all sexual crimes against children get the death penalty, no exceptions law that they passed. Granted, from what I've seen, that guy in particular who got executed probably deserves it. But all it takes now is for just being trans or gay in public around kids to be considered a sexual crime towards children. And
what? Oh my god. Oh shit. Oops.
the death penalty, all the roads to the death penalty are set.
Are you fucking dude? Xanderhal is so fucking retarded. Did you guys hear what he just said? So he starts it. He opens it up by saying, "There's a new law in Florida where if you commit a sexual crime against a child, then you can get the death penalty." And then he follows it up with, "Yeah, basically all gay people and trans people are gonna get executed the death penalty." That is not fucking happening, bro. I do not see even a distant future where people are getting fucking murdered in Florida because they're gay or trans. Okay, that's such a fucking reach, man.
Now in Florida.
You're pulling that out of your ass.
You posting
Cut that
something
red
that's,
ribbon.
again,
Me,
the
I'm
post
that
itself
person.
in a vacuum, I don't think was wrong. Balenciaga did do sussy shit. I don't think the post in a vacuum was wrong or harmful. But then, unfortunately, life is complicated. The far right rolls with it and turns it into this, the fuel for the conspiracy. And then to not only address or condemn that immediately in that thread. I don't know how Shu could have seen the tens or hundreds of thousands of far right people clearly making this about queer people and not thrown up in her mouth. I have no idea how she can look at that. But Shu does spend an awful lot of time habitually communicating with far right people. So I don't know if she just
Who the fuck cares, man? I mean, if she was openly tweeting in support of that, yeah, that'd obviously be weird. But I mean, just because she's not directly calling it out, suddenly she's fucking responsible for it? Are you fucking kidding me right now?
pretends it doesn't happen or she ignores it.
Let's go to the next clip. It
And
keeps
implied-
let's go to come on. Hey, let's go to the next clip. It keeps getting better.
Aren't they directing their anger at the brand? Why are they shooting the messenger? The worst part about this is that this tweet came from a YouTuber who I've been friends with for years. Why is this person, who I thought was my friend, doing this unhinged Stretch Armstrong reach?
I like the framing of that. Why is he doing this? It's like, there's no Stretch Armstrong reach. I just quote tweeted the person doing the thing and described it with a meme.
It totally is a fucking reach because you're reaching as if Sean Head is doing this fucking intentionally, which is obvious. A huge fucking reach.
Shu, we were friends.
And
We
it
were,
is a
actually
betrayal.
Friends. I liked being friends with Shu. I enjoy being friends with her. It wasn't an enjoyable experience to have to burn the bridge. Neither was Shu or Keffals. It's not something I like doing. But it kind of felt a sort of moral pull to do so.
Fuck off. I like how in this picture you put out the
You can
friend
barely hear me over my
of yours
voice.
who's been on Tucker Carlson who was directly linking it to queer people. How is it a reach when he's just pointing out the response of hundreds of thousands of people who jumped onto the tweets that you made? And
Just
how is
fucking
this is such a fake weaponization.
Stick
of
your finger
friendship.
down his
You
eye.
blocked Xan, not the other way around. I blocked me after this. And yeah, Xan has been getting death threats from far right people for days now.
Who the fuck?
Who've been
Oh
saying,
my fucking God. Xanderhal, you're such a victim. Turn off your computer. If you're really that fucking upset about death threats, turn off your fucking computer. I'm sorry, dude. I do not give a single fuck about people getting death threats. When has anybody ever, there's probably 3 cases total where people from the online world have shown up to someone's house and actually fucking killed them, okay? Death threats are literally fucking nothing. If you're having that much of an issue over it, deactivate your Twitter account. It's really that fucking simple.
You're not safe, don't go outside at night, you're a
Yeah, the
pedophile,
cop.
blah, blah. All he did was point out that a ton of far-right people jumped on this. DM2. This is a disgusting video. Nah, it's genuinely disgusting. I can only regard it with malice. This entire video is framed as a from-the-left enabling of the moral panic that she was
Just today, Vaush said the only consistency Shu has had over the years has been being retarded word for word. Yeah, Vaush dunks on Shu for her bad takes. He isn't he doesn't whitewash her anymore, and not since this happened has he done so. I have no reason to be upset at what he's done. I don't know why it's seen as a double standard. This is just so opposite of how Keffals reacted when I told her what Shu did.
accused of enabling to begin with. At the end of the day, if you are a public figure, you are responsible for the outcomes of your behavior. Everyone acknowledges this. Anyone who disagrees is psychotic. I'm going to stop playing nice with this, okay? Shu, if you believe that you should only be held accountable for the intentions of your behavior, you're a child. And frankly, you shouldn't even be online.
Go
In
through
real
with
life,
it.
with real people, when we talk, act, behave in any way, we are accountable not just for our intentions, but for what we do. If we intend something, but do something else, this might not always mean we're in the wrong, but we do need to acknowledge it. This video fails to even acknowledge the central premise, the fundamental thing that people are criticizing you for, the fact that this country is currently wrestling with the potential of an undemocratic future that I know you are aware of the potential of because I am friends with you and I've spoken to you. You are aware of the fact that we are currently experiencing the most vitriolic wave of anti-queer legislation and sentimentality yet seen in our lifetimes. And for some reason, in spite of all of this, you cannot even muster an acknowledgement of what people are actually mad at you for. The pretense that they are angry with you for going after Balenciaga is dishonesty on your part. It is a lie, and you know it is a lie, and you are lying deliberately, even if you pretend not to.
There's also,
But all she did was go after Balenciaga, so what's she supposed to fucking think? Really? All she's done is go after Balenciaga.
a clip of him calling her retarded that I was gonna dig up, but I ran out of time. I'll admit the holidays kind of ended up causing me to get pushed to the wire a little bit with writing, or not even with writing it, but with collecting some of the clips. Like, there were clips I knew existed, and so I, like, referenced them in the script, and then I had to go dig them up, and that was actually the longer process, was digging up the clips. Anyway, while in the aftermath of all of this, Vaush still made it clear he is friends with Shu behind the scenes. He also admitted that, as it stands, platforming her uncritically and making excuses for her bad behavior is inexcusable and irresponsible, since her actions are just not something you can make excuses for. To be clear, my issue was never with Vaush being friends with Shu, but with his initial dismissal of my and many others' concerns about what she did. In fact, I think this commenter on Demon Mama's video about Vaush showing support for her says it best. Here's the comment. I feel bad for Vaush in the sense that too many random fuckers try to police his private life. Whether he's friends or not with blood on hands in private is immaterial. The literal only thing that matters is that he takes responsibility.
Holy fuck, Xanderhal, you're so retarded. You were literally just a couple minutes ago policing who Shu on Heads was friends with. She was like, you literally pulled up someone who she was following on Twitter and said, oh, you're friends with this person. Then you're talking about all these other, like, Brittany Venti for some fucking reason who she was friends with. And you're like, oh my god, you're friends with this person. You were quite literally just policing Shu on Head's personal friendships, and now you're... I do scroll Twitter while driving, true. That's my Twitter time, bro. What do you mean?
When it really counts, and doesn't hold back because they're friends. And this whole thing is proof that he's willing
Why
to
wouldn't I?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Really couldn't. Really couldn't have said it better than I couldn't have said it better
Xanderhal, you just fucking policed. You just policed Shu on Head, bro.
myself. That commenter is just spot on.
Oh
Absolutely spot on. I have been accused by people.
This is crazy, dude. This is what really gets me going, guys. I unironically, I think that Xanderhal is controlled opposition. Okay, I think he's acting retarded on purpose because there's no fucking way, bro.
Across the board for having a double standard, or being a hypocrite for burning the bridge with Keffals but not doing so with Vaush. I hope this clears up that the situations could have gone the same, but Vaush's actions in the end were the exact opposite of what Keffals would end up doing. I suppose I kind of got a taste of my own medicine, and having felt what it was like to be the one criticizing Shu, while many on the left are still defending her. The roles had finally reversed, but in the end of it all, by most in this space, I was seen as justified. That's where the context part of this video ends, and the actual truth of what happened with Keffals and the claims that she's been making about me can be addressed. To be clear, this is not the first time I came close to burning the bridge with Keffals over the same reasons. Back in February, just a couple months after the ordeal I had with Shu, Keffals decided to bring Shu on Head on stream, I'm sorry, for a why I left the left joke, despite woke scolds that were canceling her for some dumb shit about noodles or pit crews or something. So this was why I had originally almost burnt the bridge with Keffals. She'd posted this whole, like, why we left the left thing. Quick reminder that we are both Italian women. Fascism runs through our veins and is part of our cultural heritage. It is both racist and xenophobic to criticize us for this. Just kind of a cringy meme. I was not...
Okay. Hold the fuck on. Okay, you already said, my problem with Vaush was not that he was friends with Shu on Head, but because he initially didn't address it or whatever. Fine. But now, you are unironically mad that Keffals brought Shu on Head on for an unrelated reason. You're mad at Keffals for being friends with Shu on Head. The hypocrisy with this guy never ends. I can,
not the only person who was surprised and grossed out by this. Much like what happened.
I'm a good driver.
I
can
reacted
scroll
live
Twitter
on stream
and
seeing
drive.
this, saying this makes me want to burn the bridge. However, people said before said bridge could get nuked, a mutual friend who will stay unnamed but will come up later was able to get Keffals to agree to bring me on stream after Shu left. I came on and started explaining to Keffals what Shu did to me and our friends, and why her bringing Shu on stream and joking around about her love of fascists was harmful.
Dude, okay, bro. Oh my fucking god. You just said your problem with Vaush was never that he was friends with Shu on Head. But now you're mad at Keffals for being friends with Shu on Head, bro. What are you talking about, man?
The convo was super weird. She didn't seem willing to respond to what I was saying, and seemed very unwilling to actually talk about the topic as a whole. The chat was not happy either, and she was actually getting a lot of pushback for defending Shu. Upon seeing this, Keffals politely wrapped up the conversation and ended stream. I let the whole thing go since I could tell something was clearly up, and as it is now public, I would find out she was struggling with a drug addiction and was high during our first talk. The fact that Keffals was now getting into rehab and taking a break from streaming kinda overtook the whole ordeal for me, and I forgot about it until just over a week ago. A random chatter sent me a message with a link to a timestamp from Keffals' video on Thought Slime and Shu on Head. I obviously have no issue with people agreeing with Shu on stuff, so I don't have any problem with the video, or didn't have any problem with the video when I first saw it in my sub box. However, this chatter told me that Keffals insulted people who didn't like Shu for pedo-jacketing me and Demon Mama in the clip. The idea of that definitely made me feel hurt, and upon watching the clip, the chatter was definitely over-exaggerating a bit, but I still really didn't like what I saw. This is, of course, I don't have this clip on hand, but it's the clip of Keffals where she gets the message from the chatter saying, really don't like seeing another leftist community defend Shoe on head. She's just going to pedo jacket you the second you disagree with her like
Are
everybody
you
else.
fucking... You don't have this clip? Really? You had time to go find old hate comments, but you couldn't provide this fucking clip that is central to the fucking story? Are you fucking kidding me right now? Oh my god, dude. I'm not... This guy is such a fucking freak. I'm a god at driving while cup
If anyone has a
potting.
clip to it that you can put in chat super quickly, I can play it, but I'm pretty sure I phrased it word for word there.
You're a fucking asshole.
I'll admit my reaction of burning the bridge and calling her a snake on Twitter right away over this may seem rash, but this was after already having a conversation with her about what Shu did almost a year earlier.
Okay, wait.
And Keffals
Let's be fair. Let's see what Xanderhal said.
don't
She
like seeing
said.
another leftist community defend. Of course, I don't have this clip on hand, but it's the clip of Keffals where she gets the message from the chatter saying, really don't like seeing another leftist community defend Shoe on head. She's just going to pedo jacket you the second you disagree with her like everybody else. If anyone has a clip to it that you can put in chat super
How did
quickly, I can play
Keffals
it.
respond to that chat? What? Bro, I hate this guy so much.
But I'm pretty sure I phrased it word for word there. I'll admit my reaction of burning the bridge and calling her a snake on Twitter right away over this may seem rash, but this was after already having a conversation with her about what Shu did almost a year earlier, and Keffals just hand-waving it. At that moment, it felt like this was her acting with the knowledge of what Shu had done to me and indicating she didn't really care. Almost immediately, though, that mutual friend I mentioned before convinced me to calm down and reminded me Keffals wasn't sober during our first conversation, so she likely didn't remember what I told her that Shu did. This made me feel bad for blowing up at her before my stream was even over. The mutual friend and I were in DMs trying to de-escalate and bring it to a private call for sorting out. A big lie from this is that Keffals and her fans have, a big lie from this that Keffals and her fans have told or fallen for is that me bringing this point up is shaming her for her drug addiction. I feel with this context it's clear that's not what I'm doing, but if you think simply mentioning someone's drug addiction could have an impact on their memory is insulting, then you may have some fundamentally insulting beliefs about people who suffer with addiction that you assume everyone else has. I see how out of context people could fall for this claim, but it's just not true. I never shamed her for her addiction. So here's the actual, post that started this whole thing. I actually deleted my original reply. It was the same message, but I actually said heroin instead, and that's just the wrong drug because I don't know my drugs all that well, apparently. I tweeted, sorry, deleted my last reply because wrong drug and I don't want to spread lefty misinfo. She was high on cocaine and benzos when I first told her what Shu did to me on stream. I found that out and was willing to talk to her, in private, obviously, but now fuck her, because at this point, she was drama farming it. This fucker replies, once an addict, always an addict, and literally, as this was all happening, I replied, shut the fuck up, it has nothing to do with addiction. The only reason I brought that up wasn't for any shaming sense, Keffals has
Are you fucking kidding me right now? Okay, whatever.
gotten clean. It's very admirable, regardless of how I feel about her. But it's relevant that she wasn't sober when I first told her what Shu did, because that made me feel like an asshole. Why bring up the specific drugs at all? They're public?
That chatter has a good point. Why bring up the specific drugs? Why do you even why clarify that unless to shame her, right? It's just so fucking that tweet is so fucking passive aggressive, but it's really hard to call him out on it, right? Because he just has plausible deniability. Whatever, we'll let it go. We'll let it go.
Bring up the specific drugs at all? Wouldn't it be worse to not correct myself when I said the wrong drug?
No, but that tweet is so fucking passive aggressive, dude. Shut the fuck up.
Corrected, and I deleted the original tweet and rewrote it with the correct ones. I feel like it would have been worse if I didn't. I don't know. The point that I made is that, hey, I was told she wasn't sober when I first talked to her, and that made me feel bad that I acted believing she was fully aware of what Shu did, because there's a good chance she just didn't remember it. It was prior to going to rehab, so I felt bad. If that makes me if that's shaming her, then that's crazy, dude. That's all I can say. Also, I think it's funny that people attack me for this when tweets at me making jokes like this have happened. And no, Keffals did not ask me if it was okay to joke about this with me publicly before posting. I obviously don't care, but how can you say I have no right to mention she was high when I talked to her when this is how she's joked with me publicly? Oh yeah, I
I'm
forgot
good,
to mention
Saka.
this.
How's
So this
he
is
been?
Velvet. He comes up regularly in these screenshots.
Long time
Tweeted
no
at me,
see.
yo, at Xanderhal, shoot your shot king, with a screenshot from Keffals saying, is Xan single? I heard he's into older women and I did a bunch of meth and went to rehab. We might be a fit. And Keffals replies, as well at Xanderhal TV, and this is a reference to my abusive ex who stole money from me for drugs. I didn't even reply to that tweet because I was just kind of I don't even know how I replied to that. I don't want to bring attention to it because I'm just trying to not really have the discourse about that
Oh my
be
God,
too
who
common.
cares?
I'm not upset about it. It was okay, but you can understand how she's gone there with me before. However,
She's making jokes, bro. Calm the fuck down.
Keffals refused to handle it in private, and a day later would start her first of many drama streams milking this situation. This really starts getting crazy when Keffals did her first drama stream about me, and this is where she started lying to and about me as well. That's right, she lied to me. During her first stream about the situation, I joined the chat and tried to get myself into a call on her stream. She began making some strong claims that while I don't think were lies on her part, I didn't agree with them, and I wanted to give my perspective since I didn't plan to make any videos on the situation at the time. She agreed as long as our mutual friend Tipster would be moderating, and I hopped on. To be clear, this conversation was not an ultimatum and not a debate, but just me trying to get my side of things out. I wasn't there to debate or to get gotchas. I quickly realized Keffals was trying to farm gotchas when I noticed how bad faith she was being early on in the conversation.
Jesus
It started
Christ,
when she claimed I was
Sakat,
unreasonable
bro.
for burning the bridge so
Oh my
fast because
God, I
of things
hope
she'd
you're
done or
okay.
was willing to do for me, such as offering to raise money for me when I got sued by Sasha. The fact that I got sued by Sasha because I was talking about her in a Keffals defense video aside, I felt this argument was flawed for many reasons, at the very least because just days before, I'd been defending her on stream from negative claims and what she called death threats from Karl Max's fans. Then she said
Yes, Tipster is awesome at things. Oh my God. I can't. I fucking can't.
something that really stumped me for a moment, and I must admit that. While this clip was a real dunk for her in the moment, I think it's the perfect example of how blatantly Keffals is willing to lie when it's convenient to her. So I'm about to show you a clip from the conversation we had in the first stream Keffals did on this when I came on. And it's a part of the stream where I imagine a lot of people who haven't liked me in all of this, including, as you can see, Keffals' chat, think she got a pretty epic dunk on me. So let's watch. Yeah, and while you were getting massively harassed by Karl Max's community sending you death threats and shit because that dude's a piece of shit, I literally just here, let me check when it was on my channel.
Okay, for the record, his community never sent me death threats.
They were sending you the falling anvil emote. Like, isn't that like a reference that... I know it's like a thing with his, like, branding, but that's implying... I swear anyway, whatever, sorry. Anyway, like,
oh my God, Xanderhal's such a pussy bitch, bro. They sent you a falling anvil? Are you fucking kidding me? Who cares, bro? Oh my God. Yeah, bro, that sucks you had no insurance, bro. What the fuck, man? There's so many retarded people on the road, bro. Unironically, Xanderhal is your typical driver, okay? Like this is the intelligence of your typical driver, bro.
I'm pretty sure... Yeah, it's not even up yet. Like, I'll still have... I like how you can see the people in chat spamming like Xan get therapy and all sorts of very nasty, nasty stuff I've been getting. Now, the
Oh, who the fuck? Xan get therapy? Really, bro?
reason why I show this clip, and despite what Keffals says in this clip to throw me off, this is her speaking about Karl Max just days before, and the reason I said what I did in that clip. This is the first and most blatant and provable lie that Keffals has told to try to get one over on me and all of this. So here's a clip from literally days before that.
And I feel like a lot of positions that I had were not being considered, and I was being misrepresented. I was trying to ask for context, and I wasn't getting context for the situation. And now people have started doing anvil dog whistling, apparently, in response to this debate, which just makes them look like groypers. Like, I'm sorry. But saying that, oh, it's just a joke, it's like Looney Tunes-style violence, is dog whistling. What does the anvil falling on someone represent? It represents doing harm to someone. It's really fucking obvious. I don't know why people are suddenly okay with it.
So that is just her objectively lying. Now, who she's lying to here is actually the real question. Is she...
I mean, fair enough. I mean, I guess here she's saying she got death threats, and then she claimed to you that she didn't get death threats. The only problem I have with this is, like, how is this fucking relevant to what we're talking about, right? Like, she lied on an unrelated point. I don't know, maybe she doesn't consider the dog whistles death threats. I don't know, I'm not fucking Keffals, right? But it's just, it's a really weird lie to try and pin her on when it's not relevant to what we're talking about, right? It's not relevant to Balenciaga. It's not relevant to you guys' interpersonal relationship. It's just a random fucking clip to lie, you know?
She lying about Karl Max's fans sending death threats? Here, in this clip? Or was she lying to me about Karl Max's fans not sending death threats? This is the first of many lies that she has told to try to get a one-up on me.
This is a weak one to start out with, Xander.
When was she lying? She wasn't lying. She got it wrong. That is some crazy charitability. That's crazy. Hold on. After playing that clip of her saying that she was getting anvil dog whistles that are like groypers for doing cartoon violence or whatever, let's replay that first clip where she denies it. I'm sorry. There's people in chat that want to be really, really stubborn and condescending and are going to try very hard to pretend they don't understand what I'm saying. So we're gonna replay the clip again. Yeah, and while you were getting massively harassed by Karl Max's community sending you death threats and shit because that dude's a piece of shit, I literally just here, let me check when it was on my channel.
Okay, for the record, his community never sent me death threats.
They were sending you the falling anvil emote. Like, isn't that like a reference that... I know it's like a thing with his, like, branding, but that's implying... I swear anyway, whatever, sorry. Anyway, like, I'm pretty sure... So, I'm pretty certain that's just blatantly lying.
I mean, she just said... Maybe she just doesn't consider, like, the anvil thing a death threat, right? Because it's not a typical death threat. It's just like, it's a fucking emote or whatever, right? I don't know.
Don't just forget a few days later that you got a brigade of death threats. You don't conveniently forget that. She was lying about one or the other. Either way, in one of those clips, she's lying. But I'll show more examples, don't you guys worry. There's no question as to whether or not she lied about this. The question is when she was lying. Was she lying about Karl Max's community not sending death threats, or was she lying about them sending death threats? Obviously, this lie isn't super serious.
I don't think she ever disputed that they sent emotes, right? But I don't, like, does she consider the emotes death threats? I personally wouldn't consider that death threats. I think that's fucking stupid, but...
Or anything, but it's chronologically the first and also one of the most blatant and provable she's made about me. It also didn't help that Keffals seemed pretty unbothered by what Shu did to me in DM, and has even claimed she has seen no evidence of Shu pedojacketing me. What's funny about that is how low the bar is for Keffals to consider herself to have been pedojacketed. This was her reaction to a half-second FBI open-up soundbite playing to censor her swearing in Foreign Man in a Foreign Land's video. To be clear, I agree with her in what she says here, but I don't see why this energy isn't carried over for Shu. What she did wasn't a meme. So here's where the bar is to be considered pedojacketing if it's about Keffals.
I don't take it back. I don't take it back. They are... FBI, open up! So, the sound effect, FBI open up. I don't know if you're aware of what that means, but the Urban Dictionary definition, the top one, is that it's a meme that implies that the FBI is raiding your house because you have child porn on your computer. So, in the worst possible interpretation of this, Foreign just played into the right-wing talking points about trans people being groomers and pedophiles.
What are you talking about, bro? This is such a fucking retarded thing to do. It's just a soundbite. Are you trying to say he's like dog whistling through like putting sound like the soundbite of FBI open up over you saying retard? Are you It's okay, dude. He's probably just played that because typically leftists really don't like saying retard and they think it's a really bad thing to do. So when he says FBI open up, it's like, oh, the left is eating you alive for saying this. You're gonna get like fucking arrested or whatever, right? It's just like, it's so stupid. How are you saying this is pedojacketing? This is such a fucking stupid. But full charitability to Xanderhal. If she thinks that this is somehow some like weird dog whistly pedo jacket shit, then she should and hypothetically agree that what Shoe on Head did is pedo jacketing.
And in the best interpretation that I can think of, I got mocked for being hate crimed.
I agree with her here, by the way. I completely agree with her here. I just don't see why the energy isn't carried over for Shu. And what she said, which is just a lot more blatant in my opinion. As the conversation went on, she continually got more and more bad faith as the chat got more and more thirsty for blood. In the clip I played before, you can even see her chat spamming get therapy, and those are the nicer comments I've gotten. Eventually, she felt the ground was laid enough to say some pretty nasty things to me. For example, I pretty much decided the conversation was over when she told me she doesn't think I have any friends. Is it alright if first I read the messages that I'd sent you after my stream? Or during my stream and after?
Why do you want to make this... I don't think you have friends, Zan.
Zan is such a little bitch, bro. Oh my fucking god. He's such a little pussy.
I've got plenty of friends. So
the fact that you're willing to immediately go into drama content about this with...
I literally hadn't done any drama content, uploaded a single video, she'd proceeded to do 6 streams.
No, you publicly called her out before doing any behind the scenes shit. You did immediately go into drama content with this.
Sorry, 5 streams and a video. I literally just said I'm not doing drama content. Okay, is it alright if I just read the messages that I sent to you?
The new Keffals thumbnails? Yeah, the one was like, I was raped or whatever.
Felt a little rude. I felt like the conversation wasn't going anywhere productive after that, so that's why I decided it would be best to leave. After that, I left. And
no, you just got fucking butthurt. Don't try and rake it. Oh, I just thought it wasn't productive, so I left. No, you just got butthurt, buddy.
She's surprised and disappointed that conversation didn't lead to the bridge being rebuilt. And because I didn't choose to make up with her after what she said to me, I've been framed as the asshole. Since this point, she has also continually given me flack for making this ordeal public. But while I and our mutual friends tried to get her to de-escalate, she refused. For transparency's sake, I will say, she apparently reached out to that mutual friend I mentioned before a couple of days ago to talk it out in private. I'm happy to do this still, I'm happy to do this still, I suppose, but I still feel I have the right to correct the dishonest claims she's already made about me first. I thought it would all end with that, but apparently, me tweeting in response to people shitting on me and responding to chatters justified another stream. While I can't touch on everything she said about me in this one, I can hit on some of the highlights. This point is when she basically threw all honesty out the window. This is where the clip chimping began. One of the most damning lies she's told about me is that I'm friends with a Kiwi farmer. She got this lie from a clip I've no doubt her orbiters surgically edited out themselves. Here's the clip you would have seen from Keffals' stream. So this is from when I had... Hey, Maddie saw... So this is from when I had Ethan on my stream shortly after he debated President Sunday as his like intro to debating.
Who the fuck is Ethan? What?
And being online with content and stuff. And we're basically just chatting, talking about random shit while he played Risk of Rain. This is the clip edited that Keffals showed. And those of you guys who were there during the stream didn't get upset at this because you saw the full context live. So you guys already know. You guys already know. You're the ones who know. The other day, Maddie saw like a post on Reddit that like mentioned me in like a list.
No, it was on Kiwi Farms, remember?
Oh, it was on Kiwi Farms. Yeah, so for those that don't know, Maddie is like very progressive and also uses Kiwi Farms as just like, she's like sort of a...
This is what I was talking about, chat. Yeah, I think that Xan didn't
I hate Keffals and Xanderhal. Why the fuck does Keffals care if Xanderhal is friends with a Kiwi farmer, bro? Oh my fucking god.
Ethan to say Kiwi Farms either, but because Ethan said Kiwi Farms out loud, it made Xan have to say.
I mean, I didn't really. I mean, I obviously don't want people to assume that I'm just friends with an actual Kiwi farmer, but you'll find out the context in a minute.
Who cares if you're friends with a Kiwi farmer, bro? Oh my fucking. Obviously, I think people would have problems if you were friends with like a doxer on Kiwi Farms. If you're just friends with like a person on Kiwi Farms who like just tries to be who likes to be edgy or whatever, who the fuck cares, man?
Xan's friend is progressive and also uses Kiwi Farms. You know, the progressives that use the far-right internet harassment website, they got me swatted.
Browser of it. She doesn't post there ever. But
Yeah, she's still going with the Kiwi farmers harassed me narrative too, dude. Or they swatted me. It was undeniably proven that it was not Kiwi Farms that swatted you, Keffals. It was that other website X or whatever. But you keep slandering people. It's fine.
She looks at it, and she mostly just looks at like, yeah, she looks at mostly like animal abusers, like that one lady that I covered. I forget what her name is. I think her name was Isabella Jenke. She was really big online and got like exposed by Kiwi Farms for being like a pedophile, zoophile, racist, homophobic, transphobic abuser of like multiple trans people in her life. Yeah, those people. Kiwi Farms is still up. Yeah, it's still up. It's just really hard to access. And it's also very insecure now because Cloudflare dropped them, and that's like the best like proxy service online. That's thanks to Keffals, which is actually, you know, I'd say pretty based because Kiwi Farms does some bad shit, but they also do some good shit.
True.
In absolutely no circumstance do you need to hand it to Kiwi Farms.
What do you?
Just watch.
If Kiwi Farms fucking doxes a pedophile, is Keffals really gonna go? Bad Kiwi Farms, not good. No, obviously, there's instances where Kiwi Farms can do good things. Okay.
Just wait.
Literally the only cringe thing about Kiwi Farms is the doxing, okay? Doxing is mega cringe. I don't support that in any way. But if you're, like, being mean on the internet is not a crime, okay? Being an asshole on Kiwi Farms is not a crime.
What the fuck, dude?
I think that Xanderhal is complaining because, like, I guess this clip is clip chimped, but he's going to show the actual clip after.
I do wish that, like, the group of people on Kiwi Farms that are, like, going after people who, like, blend chinchillas and the people who are just blend chinchillas, transphobic weirdos that are, like, just, like, harassing people.
I think that a lot of the people who gather on Kiwi Farms are, even whenever they're attacking someone bad, they tend to be not great people themselves, and they're trying to justify who they are by, you know, it's like pedo hunters who, like, either actually ruin cases or just, it's clear they're not chasing it because they care about it. It's clear they're chasing it because they want to feel like a good person. Like, they're doing a good thing, objectively, and I wouldn't get rid of them even. Maybe some pedo hunters who fuck up evidence, but, like, I wouldn't even call them good person people. I just wouldn't.
Yeah, like, it's a complicated thing, but yeah, basically...
Xanderhal just called Kiwi Farms a complicated thing, and both sides Kiwi Farms.
Xan seems like he would fit in with the Kiwi Farms crowd.
It is a complicated thing.
I feel like this is the point where it'd be a good time to put in my response, because it's pretty good.
Doxing, true.
I'll play the full clip in a moment, but I'm going to add my response first with the context of the situation. Well, this clip was obviously dishonestly edited. There's more context you should know. Maddie is a friend of mine who was doxxed and had her nudes leak online, notably on Kiwi Farms years ago. Maddie isn't her real name, by the way. That's like, it's a fake name. My friend Ethan gives a lot of his friends fake names and calls them by that, like their real names. He's done it with another one of our friends and calls them Stu, so it's just a thing he does. Because of this, she started browsing the forum much in the same way that Keffals has, for those that don't know. Yes, Keffals has admitted in the past to browsing Kiwi Farms, due to being a literal victim of harassment by the board. Maddie doesn't have an account on the site, she just browses it. More importantly, she would sometimes browse it to get info on my stalker. I won't name him because he's a clout goblin and feeds off of attention, but he has harassed me, Vaush, and...
I think he's talking about flamenco. Oh my god.
Keffals, and was outed as a pedophile on Kiwi Farms not long ago. If getting info on a Nazi pedo stalker from Kiwi Farms makes you pro-Kiwi Farms, then I have bad news for Keffals. Because she has used Kiwi Farms as a source many, many times.
I mean, yeah, he's kind of owning her here, I guess.
Many fucking times, dude. It's a website. There are a lot of people on it. Most of them are pieces of shit. Some of them aren't. That's how any population works. I want the people who are not pieces of shit, that do sometimes good things, like go after animal abusers on there, that are in their own little separate corner of the website, to leave, and for the site to crumble. And for their stopping of animal abusers to happen on another site, not giving more airtime and power to the doxing stalking forum. Particularly because, and this is the most important part, also, if it wasn't for Maddie, I wouldn't know amazing things about that hell site, like the fact they segregate all the female users of the site to the containment zone, where all the makeup community drama and T-channel drama is kept, along with the turf and man-hate threads. I also feel it would be remiss of me not to bring up that Keffals started streaming in 2021, while I had my full name, age, me, and my parents' home address doxxed by Kiwi Farms back in late 2019 when I was 20 years old.
Oh.
I had to move to avoid getting swatted or having someone come to my house. It's insane to me that Keffals would accuse me of being in favor of this site when I've dealt with their harassment longer than her, and people just ignore that fact because she got popular off of opposing Kiwi Farms. Guys, I literally got doxxed. My parents, my whole family got doxxed. Addresses and everything got doxxed before Keffals even started streaming by Kiwi Farms. I am not pro Kiwi Farms. The fact that she would try to twist this shit into claiming that I am, after the shit that I've dealt with from that site, is disgusting.
Okay.
I was...
Oh my god, this is so fucking frustrating. Because this is I think that Xanderhal is actually correct here. But the issue is, we're supposed to be talking about Balenciaga and how Keffel supposedly was very insensitive to Xanderhal in her reaction to learning about how Shoe on Head treated Xanderhal. This has just nothing to do with Balenciaga, Shoe on Head, or how Keffels reacted to Shoe on Head. This is just so it's so random. It's his hand motions.
20, living with my parents, and had to explain to them our address has leaked on the internet, and bad people might call false police calls to our house. And they wanted me to stop streaming and delete my channel. I've talked about this in the past. Long-term viewers will know. I literally had to move to another room and lie to everybody, like literally lie to the public, lie to the internet, and say that I'd moved to Miami and moved in with a roommate to convince the people who had doxed me that I didn't live with my parents anymore. That was back in 2019. Anyway, the conversation goes on a lot longer. Only comment I want to add is you did support Drop Kiwi Farms. Yes, I did. I put a lot of support behind Drop Kiwi Farms too. So it's just insane she claimed this. Saying I wish people who only go after animal abusers and weren't using Kiwi Farms and normalizing it is not both sides in Kiwi Farms. I've also been accused of being a hypocrite for being friends with Nicholas Diorio and Willie Mac Show after they slandered her. To be honest, I've never been close enough with these people for...
Oh my fucking god. Nicholas Diorio and Willie Mac Show did not slander Keffels. This is such a fucking retarded thing to say. If they really slandered her, then why doesn't she do a Nicholas Diorio Willie Mac Show manifesto where she shows all the lies that they did, right? Because what they said was true, and it's just it's objectively true.
Or either party to consider us friends. They have the mod wrench in my YouTube chat, just like Keffels and every other big YouTuber who behaves in chat, but besides that, I've mostly just covered their videos and debated them. In fact, that clip she's using is literally me grilling Nick for how much he hates Tipster while he's in my chat. That's literally me publicly defending Tipster from Nick's rude comment about him in chat. Here's the link of Keffels claiming that I'm a hypocrite. Jesus Christ, why are you so hateful towards Tipster, Nicholas Dior?
Leave Tipster alone. It's because he's a fucking loser. Just like you, Xanderhal, you're a fucking loser. You have a great night too, Sekef. Updating the server. I'll check later.
There you go. There you fucking go. It's right there. I didn't know that the Kiwi Farms connections ran so deep with this fucking guy.
Jesus Christ, what? That's literally me calling him out in my chat for saying rude shit about Nick Diorio.
You're a fucking retard, Keffels.
Publicly grilling him live as he's in my chat for being rude about Tipster. Ran deep? Yeah, no, she's really trying to spin a narrative, if you haven't been able to tell from the clips, as they get more and more, bizarre, the allegations. And further away from where this started. This all started with me deciding I don't want to be friends with her anymore because of her defensive shoe. And now she's claiming I'm a Kiwi farmer.
Why haven't we seen her defensive shoe? Why are we wasting our time in all this irrelevant bullshit? I mean, to be fair, this point is more relevant because it's an actual point that Keffels made. But it's so fucking random, man. And also, there's a literal clip of you saying that you like Willie Mac Show and you're amicable with him, right? I've seen that. I don't know.
Farms roots run deep.
But...
Yeah, my roots run deep to getting my whole family doxxed by Kiwi Farms and having to move. The irony of this point is actually twofold. For one, Keffels has praised Willie Mac Show for his debate and coverage against Hassan, as have I. So I have no reason to assume my engagement with his content would be out of line. And on top of that, if me ever positively speaking about them or their content is so bad, I must ask the same question you and many others have asked me. Why are you still friends with Vaush? To be clear, for honesty's sake, this is an older clip.
I feel like the drama community isn't as reactionary as I used to think it was. I'm suspicious of the drama community, but I don't know if I said this on the stream, but a YouTube drama person, Nicholas Diorio, has come on Twitch recently.
No, Twitch is cool.
I popped in for a bit because I don't know, person on Twitch, why not, And I actually got the impression that he was a pretty intelligent, morally adjusted.
Based. No, Xander, argument, you're so fucking stupid. Because the argument that Keffals was making was that it's hypocritical for you to call out her being friends with Shoe on Head when you yourself are friends with Willie Mack Show, Nicholas DiOrio, who have supposedly slandered Keffals in the past, right? Now you're trying to flip it on its head and you're saying, oh, well, you're trying to like double up on it's so fucking weird. That was never an actual criticism she made. She's not upset you're friends with Willie Mack Show or Nicholas DiOrio. She's just pointing out the hypocrisy, and you're actually it's some actual point she made. And then also, you got mad that she was just friends with Shoe on Head. You got mad that she was friendly with Shoe on Head months later. You were like fucking spurging about it, right? Like, and then but you have been publicly friends with Willie Mack Show, and you never even, I don't think you ever even, oh, actually maybe you did, but I don't think you ever had like a visceral reaction to Willie Mack Show's videos about Keffals, right? It doesn't make any fucking
like
sense.
2 hours when I found he was there. I thought it was pretty nice, I think. And I actually got the impression of Nicholas DiOrio being a fairly very intelligent and at least fairly empathetic. I mean, I didn't see him rescue any cats on stream, but the empathetic person, which I thought was nice. I feel like the drop.
So listen, if it's so, why do the Kiwi Farms roots run so deep with Vaush? Just praising this Kiwi farmer. Jeez.
Why are we saying, has Nicholas DiOrio ever been on fucking Kiwi Farms? What the fuck? I cannot remember a single point in time where I've ever seen like people call Nicholas DiOrio Kiwi farmer. To be fair, I've never even been on Kiwi Farms. I don't know if he fucking posts there, but like, this is so fucking weird, man.
Another claim made about me around her second stream from her fan base, actually, was the claim I had transphobic and weird takes about David Raymer and bottom surgery. People clipped a quote to make me look bad and make Keffals look better. But the funny thing is, that was me defending Keffals after she was canceled for saying this. It was a clip from my recent video where I was defending Keffals from her cancellation on her bottom surgery take. Someone had just clipped, and it was just me reciting Keffals' take, and it was a Keffals fan trying to frame me as transphobic for saying what she said. But here's the clip of Keffals saying what I said that I got canceled for, I guess.
No, you don't need dysphoria to be trans. I don't know why everyone assumes that I'm a trans medicalist. I don't know why that is a constant thing that people say. This has been like an accusation over the past 2 months that I don't understand. It's incredibly exhausting. I've made it clear repeatedly, I'm not a trans medicalist. I think the thing that people said that sussed people out is that I said if you're going to get bottom surgery, you should have dysphoria, because if you don't have dysphoria and you get bottom surgery, you're probably going to have dysphoria after you get bottom surgery. And people got mad about that for some reason. I don't understand. It should be common sense, but I think the problem is that people are looking for reasons to be mad.
I don't have a super strong opinion on the take, so disagree with it or not, I don't really care. But it was literally Keffals fans trying to cancel me for saying exactly what Keffals did in a video defending her, but trying to frame me as bad and Keffals.
Are you not going to show the clip of what you're saying? I can't, like, I guess I'll take you at your word for it, but are you really not going to play what you said so I can compare and contrast what you two people said? God, dude, these people are so fucking annoying. It's so fucking convenient that you're able to find all these hate comments that you supposedly got, that you supposedly blocked out or whatever. But you can't even show a clip of yourself, bro. Oh my god.
Good. It was really weird. Like, that wasn't something, to be fair, that I think Keffals pushed herself, but pretty big people in her orbit were, and that's why I felt, it's worth
Oh my god, yeah. Her fucking
As her streams
fucking mod said something, so I had to call her out, dude. Get the fuck out of here, man.
Her claims about me have piled up far beyond anything having to do with me not being friends with her anymore. It's gone from what you could argue is just her venting her feelings to a train of drama streams filled with lies and misrepresentations of me that have had a severe impact on my channel. There's just as much as like Social Blade lets me fit into the thing, but like, yeah, I've lost over 3,000 subs from this for sure.
Good.
Now, obviously the sub loss has pretty much stopped now, but I do feel the need to clear the air up. It felt so weirdly spiteful for her to prey on my downfall like this after I've been so charitable to her. My only drama segment I've done on this situation was just a stream was shortly after the stream I went on where she lied to my face. I explained my side to my stream and then brought Tipster in to give his perspective unchallenged as a neutral party. He wants nothing to do with this drama and has been very nice and understanding to both of us, and he leans more on Keffals' side. Having him on to give her side on my stream seemed like an act of good faith from me. Keffals' response was to make another drama video, but to frame my platforming of her side on my stream as Tipster confronting or epically owning me. So here's her thumbnail. Tipster confronts Xanderhal on burning the bridge. That like stream segment that wasn't even a video was gonna be my final statement on it, and I was so good faith I brought Tipster in to uncontested give Keffals' side of things because she couldn't be there. What, cis people get bottom surgery? It's a hypothetical auto roll. The argument is about a hypothetical. Like that is where this all started, was Keffals engaging with a hypothetical and then getting canceled for it, me defending her for having that take in that hypothetical, me quote tweeting someone who seems to have a moral,
Oh my fucking
didn't,
God,
you know, it was
come on.
mistakenly, you know, they didn't actually have dysphoria and they thought they did, which is not something that really happens now, to be fair, but it's hypothetical. Then their dysphoria.
Can we stop talking about trans shit?
And I
don't
use
care.
the David Raymer example. Impulse guiding you to the correct identity, that you like have some sort of innate like internal knowledge that you are like trans people feel. All right, maybe I shouldn't have. Maybe I'm willing to bite that bullet. Maybe I should not have steel man Keffals there. I was just trying to engage with a hypothetical, but yeah. I took most of the day she was drama farming me off, since the amount of hate in my chat and DMs was getting to be a lot to deal with. As Keffals' claims about me got meaner and more extreme, the comments followed in kind. They got probably the worst when Keffals opened the door to attacking me for having been a victim of abuse, like when she claimed that my abusive ex made me weird about women. Most people haven't recognized this, though, because she has been pretending to play nice. So this is a clip of her pretending to play nice, I would argue.
Like I was actually saying.
Why are
to
we
my-
showing the clip of her pretending to be nice and not all the mean things she supposedly said about you? Like, the clips
said
are so
multiple times
selective.
to my community that Xan isn't an abuser? Please don't psychoanalyze Xan. I said Xan is he's a good person. I like him personally.
Notice how contradictory this is to everything else she said about me. But here's her 7 minutes
Is it
later.
wait? Oh my
Personally.
fucking god!
Please don't psychoanalyze Xan. To my community. Like I was actually saying I've said multiple times to my community that Xan isn't an abuser. Please don't psychoanalyze Xan. I said Xan is he's a good person. I like.
I think she means before all this happened, doesn't she? I don't fucking know. There's so much context cut. I think what she's trying to say here, though, is that like before all this happened, she was trying to be nice and like not like I don't know.
Like him personally.
Notice how contradictory this is to everything else she said about me. But here's her 7 minutes later.
Show the contradictory stuff. I haven't fucking seen it because you haven't shown it. What are you talking about?
Here's her literally 7 minutes
So-
later.
So Velvet had
All right, I pause, Andy. I'm sorry.
speculation about why Xan is acting like this, and I think the reason why possibly could be that because he had an abusive ex-girlfriend, he's now just kind of weird with women. That's kind of where I'm leaning on this, because he has a history specifically of burning the bridge with women. So
Wait a minute. Okay, hold on. I mean, obviously, I think she's being kind of a fucking asshole here. But Xanderhal, I think she's doing the exact same thing you did earlier, Xanderhal, where you're being really passive aggressive with that tweet where you clarified exactly what type of fucking drug she was on, right? Obviously, that's a passive aggressive ass tweet because you're like, oh, she didn't do meth, but she did cocaine. Like you're mentioning it in like a coy way. But you have the plausible deniability of being like, oh, I'm just trying to be correct and like clarify that the reason I think she didn't remember what I told her about Shu was because she was on drugs. When it's very obvious you're being passive aggressive. She's doing the same thing here where she's saying, well, you know, maybe the reason he doesn't like me is because, you know, he had this abusive ex that was like, and now he's like weird with women, right? Like what she's saying is very obviously, it's so fucking clear to literally everyone watching that it's super passive aggressive, but she has the plausible deniability of just saying, oh, well, no, I'm just saying that to clarify, right? It's the exact same, it's literally the exact same thing you did, Xanderhal.
Velvet had a speculation.
That's that orbiter of Keffals, by the way, Velvet. That's a good friend of hers. Was once like a fan of mine, but then like started joining like the big like Xanderhal derangement syndrome movement and all of this, and has been like a big pusher of a lot of the hate. You've probably seen my posts in Velvet.
I am the leader of the Xanderhal derangement syndrome. Let's go.
While the people weaponizing my trauma against me were pretty bad, what really hurt was seeing people who were regulars in my community message me, telling me they want to see me crumble and my career fail, or even just the ones that were nice but indicated they were so unable to see my side that they thought I shouldn't even make a response at all. I got some comments here I got that these were in website chat and I banned them. Christ, Xanderhal, get help because you are fucked up. You're doing the thing you claim to be against. Spread false abuse allegations. To be fair, I did that. It was on accident and I apologize.
Who
Good job. Way to
cares,
go.
bro?
Feel ashamed.
Oh my god.
I can't fucking believe I donated. This is from a different person. I can't fucking believe I donated to you twice, you massive piece of shit, making me feel like my autistic ass can stream from your complete BS. Get it one
Who cares, bro? He's reading hate comments on stream, unironically. That's crazy.
month and you'll just be another Keemstar drama YouTuber. Fucking crumble. And then there were like nicer messages like this that just kind of, you know, still felt pretty bad. Hey, apologies for the message, but I really do think the best bet in this drama would be to just ignore this. IDK if you're going to make a whole segment about it again or not, but it'd really come off petty for you to make another one. Keffals had made 5 by this point. So hopefully you don't, and just continue to make good political content.
Why are we reading hate comments on stream, guys? Why are we doing that?
Prayer emoji. Hope this message reaches you in good stead. They were nice, but it's like they indicate they have so little faith in me. It kind of that almost hurts more than the insults, you know? I wish I had the time and wrist durability to respond to every point she's made about me here, but I have no doubt the chat will have reminded me of plenty of her claims and lies and force me to respond to them when this goes live. It's literally impossible for me to keep up with 6 streams and a 2-hour video's worth of lies and misinfo about me, but I hope I've demonstrated her dishonesty clearly enough that you can tell what game she's
Yeah, you showed a bunch of random points that don't really make sense. You never even showed her what she said in response to you confronting her about shoe on head. That's the craziest thing. You never even showed that. You never showed how she was like dismissive or whatever. That's like central to the fucking story. Why would you not show that?
playing now. Really quick, if you've watched this far, please make sure to include the word corkscrew in your comment if you make one, so I know you watched this far. With how much people have indicated they don't even want to hear my side of things, it won't surprise me if most of the comments on this video don't include that word. That tells me they watched to the end. Unfortunately, I have a lot of people who hate me, and when they smell blood in the water, they also jump in to attack. One of the original things used against me by people from Keffals community is my supposed hate obsession with Lance. From the source, TV. Lance was friends with the serial abuser and disgraced YouTuber Illuminati, who was outed broadly as such after she falsely accused Legal Eagle's editor of plagiarism. He defended her claims against Legal Eagle, which was already quite dumb, but what really upset me...
To be fair, I kind of have a neck beard going on. It's just because I don't shave it, and it's really fucking annoying. It grows so fucking fast. Like it actually grows like at an insane rate. I can't even hate.
Her now proven
it's
lies
so
about
fucking
her
annoying.
coworkers she abused, and calling her victims malicious liars. So here's the screenshot of that video. I know I gotta kind of zoom in, actually. Illuminati debunks the malicious claims from former Sad Milk team. Her receipts are insane. That was her original apology dunk on the Sad Milk team video that got, like, viral hate. And he defended her. I covered this awful video full of abuse apologia when it came out, and Lance quickly began getting hate for it. His response was unbelievable. He just deleted the video and to this day pretends like he never made it. He did respond to me, though, and in said response...
Yeah, Lance from the Surfs is a fucking retard. Unironically, probably one of the only people dumber than Xanderhal.
He refuses to play any part of my video talking about this and rewrites history. The news story is that he just defended her against Legal Eagle, which is cringe, but certainly not too bad if that was what had really happened. He knows he can't turn this into a W, so he's tried to make it a smaller L. So here's his quote tweet of me. I really enjoyed the new H-Bomber Guy video and thought the call out for the Legal Eagle fiasco, which I've apologized to him publicly for, was great and deserved. The rest of the video on plagiarism is required watching for anyone so do check it out. True, you should check it out. Yeah, L for Lance. Because of his successful rewriting of history on this topic, I've been framed as the one who's obsessed and can't let a grudge go, which kind of contributes to this overall idea that I'm super unreasonable and on edge and super ready to burn bridges all the time. While they want to stay out of it, one of the many people Illuminati abused knows what Lance said and appreciates me calling him out. Lance and his friends were part of her wave of harassment she sent to them to cover her own ass, so I do think he needs to make a public apology to them all. Also, if you would like to support the creators who were financially abused by Illuminati, their channel links will be down in the description below. On top of this, another Xan hater named President Sunday tried his best to clout chase off of this. We got the first tweet.
Let's go! Sunday. President Sunday mention. Woo! I'm pretty sure. I think I might have retweeted this. Oh my god. I was talking about this earlier, bro. President Sunday, I fucking love President Sunday because it's 50-50 with him, right? He's either right on the money, 1000% correct, like just like super like, or he's just like so fucking wrong. It's funny, right? Like he's either like, unironically, depending on how he wakes up, he's either Down syndrome tiered retarded or like fucking or fucking Gandhi, bro. It's so oh my god. He's like the opposite of like you just can't hate him. I don't know.
Okay. Xanderhal, you're a man-child, so perhaps it hasn't occurred to you that you making yourself look absolutely pathetic could endanger the income you get from being a social media character. Consider growing the fuck up. Very good. It's a little ironic since President Sunday and Keffals hate each other, but hey, content is content, and I'm their mutual enemy. He began defending Shu on Twitter and claiming that her husband isn't a fascist, and that she never
Oh my fucking god, are you kidding me right now? It's ironic because President Sunday actually also hates Keffals. I hate both of you fucking guys. I think both of you guys are retarded. But that... You could view situations objectively from a third party, even if you hate both parties, and discern which one is right?
Or Demon Mama.
Like, Xanderhal is so fucking, like, politic brain. He unironically plays, like, team sports, where he's like, oh, well, supposedly you hate this person, but you're defending them here? Yeah, people you hate can do good things.
He's actually a modernist Catholic authoritarian liberal theocrat, but I don't think we're ready for that conversation. My connection to eudaimonia is as an antagonist. That's why I criticize all of his material on my channel. I'm just doing so on the theory level with him. He's actually a modernist Catholic authoritarian liberal theocrat. He actually said that with a straight face. I cannot believe it. He wanted to debate me on whether Shu pedo-jacked me or not, but doing so would only
here, okay. See, that's what I mean. He was a little cringe there. that was a President Sunday miss, okay?
Him the attention he wants. How do you debunk a clout chaser? By sending someone else to chase his clout. My good buddy Ethan/RK finally started doing YouTube after years of me begging him to do so, when he agreed to do a debate with Sunday on whether Shu pedo-jacketed me. Here's the thumbnail for that video. It'll be linked down below, by the way. Explaining social convention to a weirdo, and then plus chatting and the rest of the stream stuff. And the cool Wojak thumbnail as well is a reference to It's Always Sunny, because of the implication. Yeah, Ethan's the go. It was absolutely hilarious. I haven't seen much from President Sunday, but apparently he's never gotten that ass mad during a debate before. At one point, he starts yelling over Ethan to keep him from reading out this tweet exchange. And it's the tweet exchange where Shu pedo jackets me, where I quote tweet the Nazi that she's friends with, and she says I unfollowed her over pedo shit, normal and cool. He also tries to call me a hypocrite for still working with Brianna Wu on political advocacy, despite something awful she said about Demon Mama and her partner. But as I've said before, I've never been asked by either of them, not even when eating fried fish with Demon Mama on my couch, that they were made uncomfortable by me working with Brianna. Also, I work with people who sided with Lonnie, like, in that whole thing, okay? It's political action, like, actual, real political action. Like, it's not friendship.
Xanderhal, you are not doing political action, buddy, okay? You are not doing political action. Nothing you do will ever impact anything politically in the world ever, okay?
Actually working to keep Republicans out of power with progressive victory. Like, yeah. It's not that. Like,
this guy is such a fucking cringer, bro. I'm actually working to keep Republicans out of power with progressive victory. Shut the fuck. You're a fucking loser on the internet, bro. Nobody online is doing anything political significantly, especially at under 100k subs. Okay.
There were literally people in that group that backed Lonnie, my abuser, my ex, that I suck it up and work with because it's for the actual betterment of the political status of this country and the improvement of people's rights. Like I am still working with Keffals on that, I believe. I don't know if Keffals is on there yet, but I think she will be working with them. Like I don't have a problem with that. Like I will absolutely still work with Keffals on in this. Don't want it to be made a big deal. I hate to even have to acknowledge it, but I feel it's important because claims have been made about me for it. But Sunday just kept bringing it up against the wishes of the people who are wrong.
Get him, Sunday.
So it just feels
get him.
Regardless, just let it die, is what I've been asked. At this point, I've had to say this so many times, I'm pretty sure it's impossible for them not to know that's an option if they want to pursue it. And I wouldn't blame them if they did, but they haven't. And that's, of course, approaching me and asking me not to associate with Brianna Wu. If I was asked that, I would. I really don't think we have time to debunk any more bullshit in this video as much as I would like to. It's so sad to me that this whole last week, or this whole last 2 weeks, really, the entire left is obsessed over the friendship of me and Keffals, while someone else in our community went through one of the most traumatic experiences ever, and people talked about it for like half a day. I haven't really talked much about this, but it kind of really stressed me out a bit, like, right before I got caught up in this whole Keffals drama. I will not tell you the whole story here, since they have both done so on their own platforms. But my friends Hunter Avalone and Holly were attacked by a man with a shotgun about a week ago, and Holly was shot in the leg and injured. The situation has been awful for them, and now the worst people you can imagine are dogpiling
Why are we talking about this?
them because they see them as vulnerable. For those that don't know, obviously I've known Hunter Avalone for quite some time. We've been publicly friends and all that good stuff.
Bro,
But
Hunter
Holly,
Avalone right now, you want to know why Hunter Avalone is getting dogpiled right now? Because he's a fucking retard. Because right after he almost got fucking shot, he goes on Twitter and starts arguing with 100 follower fucking nobodies about why he didn't deserve to get shot or something. Obviously, if you fucking feed the trolls that fucking hard and you lean into it that fucking hard, you're gonna get a bunch of fucking hate, okay? It is entirely his fucking fault that he's getting hate right now because he's a fucking dumbass. Obviously, he was gonna get a little bit of hate anyway, but the way he's acted throughout this entire situation has completely accentuated that hate and made him get tons more fucking hate, okay? God damn it, bro. Holy fuck.
Friends with for longer than Hunter and Holly knew each other, as far as I know. I know Holly through a mutual friend, and we're pretty we're not best.
I need to skip through this.
She's in my Final Fantasy. Oh, although this is lightened up a bit, but it's still happening, obviously, to make it sound bad to people who are on the right, from their estranged lover after having suffered a gunshot and reform his anti-police positions. Fucking ghoulish. So I quote tweet him with something that is absolutely true and a perfect example of kind of forbidden.
I fucking hate Xanderhal, bro. You don't have time to go through more allegations from Keffals, which I honestly kind of understand. She's done multiple hour-long streams. Why are we talking about this right now? Talk about this in a different fucking stream. This does not need to be in your Keffals response.
Forbidden knowledge I have that I so.
All right, does he talk about Keffals?
On them. So yeah, go send them some fucking love. In fact, because I've got 700. But yeah, at the end of the day, listen, guys. Do you still think she is the new DJ Mule? Because I still feel like the guy is a much larger piece of shit. I think she's the new DJ Mule, and what I meant by that, and still mean by that, is the sense that she is now the most prominent hater of me. You know?
Okay, dude. Xanderhal always does this shit, and it's so fucking annoying. If you don't know who DJ Mule is a legitimate retard. Okay, here, let me pull up his channel. DJ Mule is a legitimate retard who tried to expose Xanderhal, and the video was so fucking bad that literally everybody came to Xanderhal's defense, right? Because this video is complete and utter dog. I mean, you can see the like dislike ratio here. It is so fucking dog shit. He got ratioed. This comment has 2K likes. The video only got 1.5K likes, okay? This video is undeniably dog shit. But what Xanderhal likes to do is that whenever he gets a new hater who has legitimate and good criticisms of him, he likes to call them the new DJ Mule. He did this with the Tomfoolery Show. The Tomfoolery Show, when he had about 800 subs, I think it is, released a video detailing how Xanderhal is basically super fucking retarded. Xanderhal didn't even react to that video. He just goes, oh, that guy's the new DJ Mule. He might have actually, I don't remember if he reacted to it or not, so don't quote me on that. But he basically just said, oh, that guy's the new DJ Mule. He's just slandering me or whatever. And then, like, completely dismissed it all by saying he's the new DJ Mule. And now he's doing the same fucking thing with Keffals. Just because one retarded guy criticized you one time, that doesn't mean that all criticism that comes at you at any point in the fucking future is automatically can be, like, dismissed, right? Xanderhal is such a slimy little fucker, bro.
I feel like DJ Mule's been dethroned by her as, like, the prime person who hates me. Like, no one's made more hate videos on me than Keffals besides maybe my stalker. And I don't think Keffals is a stalker. She just really milked this for drama. And I guess that's the final point I'd like to respond to.
Flamenco TV, say his name.
I have done 2 pieces of content at all about this, okay?
Actually, here's a good question. This stalker, supposedly that you had for a long time, right? The stalker that you had, Flamenco TV, he was actually friends with Augie RFC. As well, I mean, he wasn't ever really friends with Nick Durio, to be fair. Why, Xanderhal, did you publicly associate with Augie RFC when your stalker was a frequenter on his streams? His Flamenco TV called in he even met up with Augie in real life. They were friends. Why wouldn't you cut off Augie? Xanderhal?
My first stream, in which
That's
I
a lot
just
of fucking
basically
words.
vented a bit after my conversation with her after her first stream about me, and brought Tipster on as a sign of good faith in order to give Keffals' side. Literally went radio silent on anything Keffals related besides occasionally responding to chatters because I didn't want to feed into her. She continued to make 4 more segments on me. And I admit the stream she made correcting the false allegations of her being an abuser, made by her abuser, that I very mistakenly retweeted. I just, much like in cases with her where she's seen like severe allegations towards someone she doesn't like in chat and repeats them because, holy shit, I don't like this person. This seems damning. I just got an own. But then it turns out they're not true. I pulled a
Yeah,
couple.
you guys
I
are both fucking
forward.
retarded for that. Yeah, I'm actually just gonna signal boost these serious allegations because I don't like that person. Like that really just encapsulates Xanderhal versus Keffals. Just 2 retards going at it.
Keffals, and I apologize. I truly do. For multiple reasons, I apologize. A, because, you know, that's fucked up to do to Keffals. I've been in the position that she was in, like getting darvoed by your abusive ex online and people believing it and supporting those allegations. I've had that happen to me, and you guys know how I feel about the people who, like, supported Lonnie, right? Or at least the people who supported Lonnie and didn't do their due diligence and fully coming out to say, that was wrong! I was wrong to do that, like I am now. And it just sucks as well because, you know, this is also applies to another situation.
Thank you,
the
Fox
Dream
Warrior.
situation.
Sorry I didn't see your chat
I don't know all
earlier.
the details, but from what I can
fucking-
see, Dream apparently did a pretty good job of debunking the claims that he's a groomer or a pedo, and I feel really bad that I've jumped on the bandwagon of shitting on him and like making fun of him and giving like he did not. I don't know. I'm not. Once again, with how muddy the waters are, it's not just the Keffals thing. I feel a responsibility to be more careful about this kind of stuff with everything. So if I talk about the Dream stuff in the future, it's going to be after doing some deep dive research, because I don't want to make that mistake again with anybody, you know? I have a responsibility not to promote that kind of shit. I've had it done to me too many times, and I know how it feels.
I mean, fucking, this is the most obvious shit ever. How long has Xanderhal been fucking creating content, bro? Oh my fucking god. Oldest. 6 years, bro. 6 years he's been creating content, and he just now learned you're not supposed to push unproved allegations? You're fucking joking. 6 years and you just learned this? Dude, you're a fucking moron.
You know, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I really wouldn't. But yeah, I mean, I apologize for that wholeheartedly. And on top of that, I want to acknowledge a comment I saw earlier from someone that I wanted to get to, but it kind of would have derailed me, saying, I think it's weird your friend goes on Kiwi Farms to look at videos of animals getting abused. I'm going to pretend you're being good faith, okay? I'm going to pretend you're being good faith, because I imagine it's possible someone could have heard what I said and interpreted any of it that way. So for those that don't know, Kiwi Farms is a doxing and harassment forum. Who they dox and harass depends on what board or thread they're on. It's a bit like 4chan. You guys know how like 4chan
Okay,
is
I
a
don't care to hear him soy out about Kiwi
I know them
Farms.
well. Like that I know they're not a Kiwi Farms weirdo, you know? Especially if they're giving me info on like my stalker, who's also Keffals' stalker, by the way. Like the info that Maddie was collecting for me was on the stalker that stalked both me and Keffals. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sure at some point, like in the future, you know what might happen? Because Ethan was kind of implicated in a lot of these lies, due to like him getting clipped. Ethan, aka RK, will likely do like an actual full response to Keffals' stream
There he
where she
is.
clipped him and I talking
The
and
man
give the
himself,
actual like
Flamenco.
full context. Because to be fair, like Maddie's my friend, but like not like super close. Like we hang out in a Discord call sometimes,
Say
right?
his
Like I don't
name.
know all the details, but as I've had it explained to me, she was doxxed and had her nudes leaked on Kiwi Farms, and that's kind of how she became acquainted with the site. And I'll admit, I browsed the site particularly to find out if more info on me got doxxed a fair amount after I first got my shit leaked on there. My whole address, my family's address got doxxed. I browsed Kiwi Farms to see if more info was leaking. Does that make me a Kiwi farmer? Because Keffals did the same thing. I don't know.
Welcome to the
Regardless,
family,
hypocrisy is clear, and it
Xander.
just feels so disingenuous of her to pretend like she's just like defending herself here when like I've been radio silent besides to be that very mistake of a retweet through all of this. And like some responses to chatters. But that's really all I have to say about it. If Keffals wants to make a response to this, I honestly will give her the floor to do so, unless she really goes over the top with like lies or like mischaracterizations of me, which I'm gonna be really good faith and say I don't think she will. She messaged our mutual friend saying she wants to work things out and bury the hatchet and not be at active hostilities, and I'm fine with that. I don't want to like actively be at each other's throats. I just don't want to be friends anymore. Like if like that's something she still wants to do after this, I'm even fine with her making a response as long as it's just honest within reason. I'm okay with some bias, but if she just straight up lies, like with the Karl Max thing, for example, then I might feel compelled to respond again. But I don't know if I'll do it in such an organized form, because God, this was a lot. And boy, did I not even give you guys the half of how much hate I have gotten. The amount of hate has been fucking insane, dude.
Dude, you're such a fucking victim. I've actually gotten a lot of hate, guys. A lot of hate. I don't care.
Fucking sane. And it's sad because it's been from a lot of like my own fans, if that makes sense.
Maybe that's
Like,
an
a lot of
indication
it
that
has
you might be
literally been
wrong.
from people that have been regulars in my community. And I guess I get that they, you know, they fell for it and all that, but still, it sucks, you know? Anyway, as I said before, here is Holly's GoFundMe link. And let me grab Hunter's GoFundMe link. Like I said, they got doxxed by all of this. They have to move. Like, both of them have to move. Plus, their shit got fucked. Like, all their stuff got, like, rummaged through by the police. It goes out of the video. So, we're turning the drama views into positive views. Because,
Wow,
frankly,
you're such a
the
good
attention
guy,
this whole drama
Xanderhal.
got
Oh my
should have
God.
gone to Hunter's situation in the first place. Because, you know, I think getting shot is more like, I'm sorry, but getting shot is more serious than this, you know? Keffals is looking over the script right now, the script for this sand stream. Oh, yeah, is she actually responding live? I won't, like, live watch her response, but, like, I don't like that she's just reading the script and not watching, because I play the clips, and she can just decide not to play the clips. That's a little...
That's what you did!
Well, like I said, I'll give her the ground to have her last word. I'm not really interested in having called you slimy. Ooh. She's calling me slimy.
You are
Yeah.
a slimy
That's
little
pretty much
fucker.
my last word, unless she says some really out-of-this-world shit about me. But I've got other stuff to cover, and more stuff to do, so with all
You see when the light illuminated? Look how shiny he is. He's unironically fucking slimy, bro.
that said, thank you for hearing me out.
Alright. That's gonna be the end of the stream, guys. Holy fuck. I hate all these people.
Walking in the Milky Way.